Man, hearing this song just makes me want to dance, but unfortunately I have to sit down in a chair. But no,
it
guys.
It is a Flatfest song, yes.
No, guys, we are not playing Splatoon tonight. I am sorry I've disappointed you all again.
We did that last week.
True, we did.
We only do Splatoon streams every now and again.
Yeah. No, it's actually a playlist of, like, Nintendo Switch songs, but I didn't want to start on the Breath of the Wild
All
music.
three of them were Splatoon.
All three of them were Splatoon. I think the next game is, like, Odyssey.
Okay, so it's just a bunch of... It is a Nintendo playlist, but, like, they go in, like, they do all the songs they have in one game. Okay, so we just happened to land in the Splatoon section. Okay.
Yeah, because I didn't want to do
enough.
Breath of the Wild. Well,
Yeah,
it picks,
fair enough.
Okay, it hand picks a few from each, like, major release.
Yeah, but still.
See, what do you mean there's no Splatoon? There's a Woomy right next to you. Aw, shit, you're right. I've been had. Damn it. Anyways.
If I couldn't make Inkling sounds, I totally would right there, but yeah, I can't.
Woomy! I can do a better Kirby than I can a Woomy.
Yeah, that was just Kirby.
Yeah. Yeah, I can do a better Kirby. But anyways,
Yes.
Hi everybody! Welcome to
Hello.
a stream about the Nintendo Switch 2. I guess you could say this is a follow-up to the discussion we did for the Switch 2 back in February of last year?
Yeah, before the launch.
Yeah, before launch. So, I guess this works? I don't know. But yes, hello everybody.
Hello guys, hello Genma, hello Pen, hello Matt,
Yeah.
hello Galix. Good to see you all.
Hello.
Hello Polo.
Hey everybody. Thank you all for coming out tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, now it's
we'll
switching
be
to
chatting
Odyssey.
a lot tonight.
Okay,
Ah, nice.
it just switched to Odyssey music, in case you care.
Nice.
But yeah, tonight we're gonna be talking about the Switch 2 a year later, a little later than the launch, but hey, it's still a launch month. That still counts for something, right?
Yeah.
Blame scheduling.
Yeah, we would have had this earlier if we could. But yeah, schedules are a problem.
Life.
Schedules are a thing.
Life's been crazy lately. But yeah, feel free to, just sit back, listen to us, or just, put in some of your own thoughts as well. This is an open discussion, so feel free to put in some of your thoughts as well, guys.
Yeah, because honestly, like, I know we're gonna be asking a lot of questions tonight, and I roughly know what C's answer to most of them is going to be. I'm curious what you guys have to say about the console so far.
Alright.
Yeah, but yeah, well, we're gonna to give you guys the general. Should I give them the general rundown of how like the discussion's gonna work?
Yeah, will I pull it up?
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you need me to screen share to you, or do you have it pulled up in a separate window?
No, I've got it pulled up. I can just have it in my window.
Turn on the laser pointer. I'm gonna use the laser pointer.
Oh, nice. But yeah, so the way how tonight's discussion is gonna work, the first half of the discussion is going to be like what we've seen so far. Basically, it's gonna be the part that the stream title says.
It's gonna be a look back.
The look back on the first year. And then the second half of the stream discussion is something that we've kind of alluded to back in the Pokemon streams. It's going to be our thoughts, not just on the Nintendo Direct, but just on what's to come, the future.
Yeah, and that's kind of part of why we waited to do this stream, because we knew a Direct was coming. So we were like, well, if this is true that a Direct is coming, we would have rather waited until then.
Give us more talking points, because like before the Direct, what else were we waiting on? Like Splatoon, Fire Emblem, Rhythm Heaven. That was probably going to be about it.
Yeah, and there were rumors for other games, including Ocarina of Time remake, which we will talk about.
Yeah, we will talk about it. Yes, but yeah, let's go ahead and get started.
Alrighty, so this is our Nintendo Switch 2 1 year later discussion, made by me and James in like a week.
Yeah, well, it was a little longer than a week, but still.
Yeah, anyways. Alright, first up is our
We've taken our
first
time for this.
impressions of the console.
Yeah.
And we got our little bullet points here. Oh god, this laser pointer is so freaking laggy. We're not gonna use it. We're just gonna use the mouse.
Okay.
Holy shit.
Fair enough.
It's so laggy.
Fair enough. I wasn't actually. I didn't actually see it myself there. All right.
Anyways, our first point, and I think this is a big one, is just how it was shown to us at first, and how I think any excitement got ruined by the sheer fact we've had years of leaks and rumors for this.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say that that all hype was killed by it, but a decent amount of it definitely was hampered by just the fact that, like, being honest here, like we'd heard, at least I had heard talks about a more powerful Switch console back
For a
since like
while.
2019.
Yeah, we've heard about this for a long time.
Yeah, and the thought right now, I don't know if this is true or not. We'll probably find out in about 10 years with like a developer interview or something. But but my thought right now is I feel like they did have a Switch Pro in the works. That's like a Switch 1 console, but just with a little more power.
Wouldn't that be like the OLED?
Actually, no. The OLED does not have any more power than the regular Switch. It's just a better screen. That is literally all the OLED is.
Okay, that's okay. Fair point.
Yeah, but yeah, a Switch 1 with just more power was definitely rumored, and you know that's what everybody wanted, because even back then we were already seeing games that were struggling to run on the Switch hardware. Like, I love Breath of the Wild, but yeah, on Switch 1 it can still chug every now and again.
Yeah, until a certain thing that we'll talk about later.
Yeah, and I do think that Polo brings up a good point in chat. This is one of the biggest flaws Nintendo has during this era. The questionable lack of communication. We've known through leaks for a while and waited until January 2025 for the reveal. Oh yeah, I'm not sure at what point the discussion changed from a Switch Pro to a Switch 2. I want to say that was like maybe like 2021, 2022ish, like after the release of the OLED.
It could have been something to do with COVID as well. COVID probably had an effect on that.
Yeah, that's probably true. But
I will also say
yeah, that definitely happened.
Shit like this is why I hate leaks so much, because it just ruins the excitement, the fun out of these sort of things.
I feel like it wouldn't be quite as bad if, like, and I don't want to come off as just blaming the marketing team for this, but I don't think it would seem as bad if their marketing didn't rely so much on shock and surprise, because because we will get to it. We will get to it when we talk about it. But I guarantee that dampened most of the excitement for Ocarina of Time remake.
Yeah.
The shock and surprise was gone, and when that trailer was made for a shock and surprise reveal.
Right.
But we'll get to that later.
And that absolutely sucks. But again, we're tangenting. But our next point here is, were we excited for this console's release? And that's a question, again, for you guys in chat. Were you guys excited for this? Were you looking forward to it? Were you like, oh yeah, I'm buying this day one?
Yeah. I generally would. I would generally recommend people to, if you want to buy a console on day one, you want to make a console's there to play games, and if you want to buy it day one, there better be a killer app for you to play on day one.
Yep. Which,
that being said,
thankfully,
for me, yeah.
Thankfully, this console had a little game called Mario Kart World.
And I don't know about you, C, but I love Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and overall, I still think for the price for the price that it's at, it's probably still a better value than Mario Kart World, because Mario Kart World is friggin' expensive.
It's
but that being
$80.
said, that being said, 8 Deluxe was getting old. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
it needed a refresh.
We needed something new. It's like, as much as I love playing that game every now and again, I needed something different. But
If
I
anything,
think
Mario.
it was such a smart idea to make Mario Kart the launch title for the Switch 2. Just because, you know, it's Mario Kart. People love Mario Kart, and it's something that everybody can pick up and play.
It is Mario Kart 8 Deluxe was the best-selling game on Switch 1, so it only makes sense that the game that a sequel to that game would be the launch title. Was it the correct choice for the launch title? I would generally say so, but a lot of people would disagree.
Yeah. I think we talked about this more in depth in our Mario Kart World discussion, more specifically. So, that was done last December, so if you guys want more of that discussion, go check that out there. But I think, overall, once we finally got that Switch 2 Direct, I was more excited for the console because I'm like, okay, we have all these cool games coming out, all these cool things, that, hey, it got me excited. But before I was just like, okay, you gotta give me a reason. Because I'm like, because I'm just like, the Switch was fine, but I could tell mine was starting to show its age a little bit. And I was already considering buying, like, a new Switch or something. So, this was perfect, but I was just like, okay, what is happening here?
I will say, I was in a similar boat for a while. I've told this story on stream before, but I'll tell it again for anybody who wasn't here when I said it before. My Switch 1 started having a lot of problems around 2021, like mid-2021, somewhere around there. I think it was the year that the Switch OLED came out. The Switch OLED came out like later in the year, and my Switch 1 was starting to show its age by that point. So I just decided, all right, I'm gonna get the OLED when it comes out, and that's what I've had ever since. The OLED still works just fine. I've actually powered it up the other day just to check a few things. But yeah, my Switch 1, no.
Yeah.
Gone.
I am surprised that my Switch 1 lasted as long as it did. It still lasts, but it's in a box because, you know, as you guys know, I moved in January, so.
I will say, since you do still have your Switch 1, and this is general advice for all of you guys who still have your Switch 1, I would recommend just powering it on and giving it a full charge once every 6 months, just to make sure the battery still works. That's really it.
That's fair. I still have like the dock and everything, yeah. But I have everything switched over to my Switch 2, so I'm kind of like, eh.
If you still care about your old Switch 1, wherever it's lying around, just give it a charge once every 6 months, even though you've been using your Switch 2. That's about it, just to make sure your battery still works.
That's fair.
That's not that your battery's not blowing up, quite literally in some cases.
Yeah, let's not talk about that. Anyways, hello, Samasa. They said
Hey-o.
The Switch 2 has more potential than what Nintendo sees with it.
That's definitely true. We can get into that later when we talk about the games.
Yes.
Because that's relevant for the games discussion. We will get there.
Yes. But our last thing for this slide is, did you guys get this day one? I know James did. I got a little bit after launch.
I had a heck of an experience trying to get it day one, I will say that.
Are you ready? Would you like to tell your story?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and tell you guys this story. I may have told it before, but I probably told it like around launch, so that was over a year ago. So those of you who are newer to the channel have not heard this before.
Oh my bad, sorry. It's alright.
Oh no, you're good, Smasa. You're
fine.
good, you're good. Yeah, no worries. Yeah. Anyways, my story about pre-ordering the Switch 2. So, I wanted to be one of the ones. I just wanted to make sure I got it day one. That was my only reason for pre-ordering it. Otherwise, if you're not caring about getting it day one, I wouldn't recommend pre-ordering anything, honestly.
Yeah, I wasn't sure about getting it day one, so I kind of waited, and then I was like, I want to get this day one now. So I was like waiting and waiting for it to launch, and then I thankfully did get it on launch day, but I had to wait a few days.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember I was showing you Mario Kart World.
Yes.
That was fun.
Yeah, and I was
Anyways, anyways,
give me the shiny toy.
My story. Yes, my story about my Switch 2 pre-order. So I went to my local GameStop, and I just want you guys to know, I live in a large city. I'm not going to say what city, but I live in a large city. So I would expect that this GameStop would have a ton of pre-order spots open. And yeah, I expected, and as I was correct, on the day that the pre-order was started, I got there 2 hours before GameStop opened, and there was still a line wrapped around the building. That being said, though,
people really want this thing. The Switch is popular.
Yeah, it's almost like it's popular. That being said, I walked up to some of the guys in the line and started chatting with them. They told me something that I didn't know, but was posted on the door. That GameStop location, keep in mind, in a large city, was only going to get 35 pre-orders. Really? Only 35?
Oh God.
Like, what the heck? According to them, the split was going to be 25 Mario Kart World bundles, 10 standalone consoles. Also weird split, whatever.
Yeah.
Point is, I got in line. The guy that was like writing down names and stuff and doing things in a nice order came around. I was person number 35.
Yeah, so you should have been with your luck should have been the last person.
I should have been the last person. However, I wait 2 hours. Doors open. Guys, the workers come in, and now I don't blame the workers for this because, to be honest, if this is what happened, I probably would have done it too. But I think what they did, I think the workers at that GameStop store put themselves down as the pre-orders because by the time the line got moving, the count was 3 off. Me and 2 people in front of me weren't able to do a pre-order.
Ooh.
So, yeah, it sucks, but that is what happened. Thankfully, though, I did end up getting a pre-order through Walmart.
Yeah, Walmart's the goat.
Yeah. Seriously, Walmart's been doing a lot of good by gamers recently. Anyways,
yeah, and that's how I got my PS5, and that's how I got my Switch 2 through Walmart.
Yeah, not to mention the price matching. We'll get to that later. But yeah, that's my story of my pre-order. I wasted 2 hours in line at a GameStop before ending up pre-ordering from Walmart.
Hey, that's all right. At least you tried.
And then Walmart decided to send out with every Switch 2 order. I remember this. It's still on my Blue Sky if you want to find it.
Oh yes, that's right. Because I know some people. I know you, Robot Wizard, a few other people in our collective circle had this happen to them.
Oh yeah, I should scroll back on the Discord. Is probably there too. Yeah. Anybody who pre-ordered from Walmart, they decided to just give us some Pringles and Coke with it as well for free. I don't know why.
Hey, I mean, free treats. It's nice of them.
Free treats. Unfortunately for them, I don't drink Coke, so I
know somebody who does.
I gave that to. Yeah, I gave that to actually my grandma.
Ah, okay. But no, I unfortunately didn't get that, even though I bought it through Walmart because I bought it on launch day. Because I think it was you, me, our friend Cyrus, and Tony hanging out. Our friend Tony, we were all hanging out. Well, I was like trying to get a
I forgot
Switch.
Cyrus was there, yeah.
Yeah, Cyrus is there. While I was trying to like wait for the Switch stuff to open up on launch day. And that's how I got mine. I was just very lucky, and I think you remember I was like, "Oh my god! I got one!"
Yeah. Yeah, we did not expect it. Like, there was somebody else in my circle who was trying to get it like shortly after launch, and they were not as lucky as you.
Yeah, I know Tony was trying, but I think he was trying to go through Costco.
I mean, Costco usually gives you discounts, so I don't blame you.
Yeah, but I don't have a Costco membership, so
yeah. Yeah,
because there's not a Costco close to me, so.
Yeah. All right. Before we move on, let me read what we've got in chat. Celery says, I wasn't interested in Mario Kart and the other launch games were available on other consoles, so I had no interest in getting day one. And to be honest, I don't blame you. If you're not interested in the lineup, don't get the console on day one. You get a console to play games. Once there's a game you want, that's when you get the console.
Yep. Just wait.
That
Well,
being said, price increases notwithstanding.
I had 2 reasons for this console. One, new Mario Kart game, and one we'll get into a little bit later.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, let's see. Chatting about stuff.
Just chat. Just going back and forth with each other.
Pull up. Polo says I got mine in early August only because my dad brought it outside of my. Oh, outside your home country. All right.
Okay.
It is a region-free system unless you get the Japanese region-locked one, which I assume you did not get.
I'm going to assume
because
not.
I'm sure that would have been a story. So nice. And then Matt says, got my Switch 2 well after my graduation ceremony, which was recently. Oh, you're a recent buyer. Nice. Getting in right before the right before the price increase. Nice
Good
job,
on
Matt.
you. Good on you, man.
Question though, I have a question for you, Matt. Did you take advantage of the choose your own bundle thing? And if so, which game did you get?
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. They're doing that right now, aren't they?
Yeah. I'm just curious. But while we wait on the answer, shall we move on to the next slide?
Yes. All right. So it's time to talk about the new features of the console.
Yeah.
One that we had to add last minute because we forgot it for some reason.
Oops.
It's all right.
Yeah. So first of all, let's start with the obvious. The hardware upgrade and the output.
Okay. I'm reading Polo's comment. Of course not. It's actually one imported from Hong Kong, but mainly because it was once sold in Dubai.
Interesting.
That's really interesting.
Okay. That's a heck of a journey that console made to get to you. Holy cow.
Oh my god, that's
Nice.
that's probably a story and a half.
Yeah, that's some history there, but still, nice one, Polo. Yeah.
Alright.
So yeah. First, just the hardware increases. The 4K output. I will be honest. That was something that we pretty much kind of expected, given that PlayStation 5 and Xbox had already gotten onto that, even with the previous generation with their upgraded consoles. That being said, though, I don't know about you guys, but I don't think anybody expected this thing to be capable of 120 frames.
I know.
Like, holy cow.
That was a shocker.
That was not something I expected. Granted, I have yet to play a single game that takes advantage of that, but I will eventually. Games like Hades 2 are on my docket for eventually, and probably maybe Hollow Knight Silksong. Not 100% on that.
Mina.
Oh yeah, Mina's got it too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then the other major upgrade, the screen. I will say, it is an LCD screen, which I don't know how into that kind of tech you are, see.
Not really.
But
not really.
it is considered a step down from.
A lot of this is like these top 2 bullet points are just mumbo jumbo to me.
Yeah, it is by technical standards considered to be a step down from OLED, which was obviously used in the Switch OLED. That said, it still does look better than the Switch One's screen, just because it has higher resolution. But also, I'm just glad that it's miles better than the launch Switch 1 screen, because it's not so much that the launch Switch 2 screen isn't using the latest tech. It's just that the launch Switch 1 screen was just bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
In comparison, it was neat at the time, but looking back on it, not that great.
Yeah.
Not that great.
I need to preface this for chat. I am not a graphics hog or anything like that. I cannot spot the difference for those things too well unless it's like very potent, blatant. So, need to preface that. That's why I'm like,
Yeah, it's what I've noticed. I do play a lot in handheld mode.
I don't. I usually play like on my computer or something. Like I'll hook it up through the Elgato and play on there.
Yeah, you don't do the Switch part, but yeah, that is all I had to say on that.
All right, and then next up, a new feature: mouse controls.
Yeah, what do you guys think about it? I've only used it in a couple games.
I've only used it in one, and that was Mario Paint. Whenever we do the Mario Paint streams, that's it.
It's funny that it's funny that you can use it for that.
Hey, but it works. I mean, it harkens back to the fact you had to use a SNES mouse for that, in the original.
Yeah. Are there any other SNES mouse games, like, period, or is it just Mario Paint?
I don't know. That is a great question. I unfortunately do not know off the top of my head.
Something to look up later. But yeah.
Games that use SNES mouse. Wait,
while you're looking for that.
Yes, I am looking it up right now.
Yep. Yeah, while you're looking at that, Matt said, much appreciated, see. Also, side note, I didn't get the Switch 2 bundle in the game because my dad didn't have time to afford any money for the games. Okay, fair enough. And then
a lot of
Polo says,
Japan-only games.
Ah, fair enough.
Yeah, not a lot of stuff here in the States. Mario and Wario did.
I don't even know what that game is.
Japanese exclusive.
Yeah, I'll have to check that out sometime. Polo says, good news is I got a region-free Switch 2 in the end.
The meme game Super Noah's Ark 3D used it? Are you kidding me?
I have not heard of that game. What do you mean it's the meme game?
I'll have to find something and show you later. Oh my god. Okay.
Because I haven't even heard of this, whatever this is. Anyway, Polo says,
and then another one that was, and then another interesting one. There was one that was planned to use it, and that was Kid Kirby, but that game never released.
Okay. Fair enough.
Alright. Anyways, you were going to read chat?
Yes. Polo says, I got a region-free Switch 2 in the end. Bad news is I got stuck buying Mario Kart World physically at full price.
Oh.
I was cornered with no other option. Hey, at least you have it physically. Like, I will say, I am a physical fiend. I'm a guy who tries to go after those.
Yeah, he's a physical junkie. I'm kind of like, it depends on the game for me.
Mm-hmm. So at least you have it physically, but yeah, sorry, I had to pay full price for that. Best thing I can praise about it is an accessible feature built into the system itself instead of having to get a mouse separately. That is true. Mm-hmm. And I will say the one game where I did use it for a little bit before I realized I'm too used to the regular controls is Balatro.
Oh yeah.
I love playing funny card game. I've just gotten a little too used to the button controls to give that up, but I appreciate that the mouse controls are there.
Mm-hmm.
I will note there are a couple bugs in it. I have noticed, but it is there.
For those who want it, of course.
For those who want it, yes. All right, next feature we were going to talk about game chat and game share. We're going to kind of lump these together because I don't know about you, C, but I haven't even touched these yet.
I haven't touched I haven't touched either of them. I know we talked about wanting to do something with a few games that do have this.
Wait, no, hold on. No, I have touched it. I have used it. Sorry. Continue with what you're saying.
But I know we talked about it for like stuff we want to do, like either on stream or just for fun.
Yeah, it is a really cool feature, though. I will say. First of all, game chat basically Discord. Problem is, I use Discord.
Problem is, Discord is just like a better service in general.
Discord already exists.
Yeah.
That's
also, did
problem.
anybody buy that camera?
Oh yeah, we can talk about this at the same time. Yeah, did anybody buy the camera? Because I do remember there were a few people I was with in the pre-order line who bought it, but like, I don't think I've even seen. I don't think I've even seen one of those Switch 2 cameras around. Granted,
out in the wild, yeah.
Granted, you can use any webcam camera, if you want to. Doesn't have to be that one.
Yeah. I mean, I can use the webcam I got, but no, guys, this does not mean I am doing IRLC streams. just because I have a face cam. I am sorry to burst your bubble.
Yeah. That being said, I did remember I have used a game share once.
Okay.
And it was with Hyrule Warriors: Age of Imprisonment. Shortly after that game released, my younger cousin wanted to give it a shot, so I game shared over to his Switch, so that he could play it.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. But we were physically in the same room, unfortunately. So here's the thing. Combining game share and game chat makes a really neat function that I think more games need to take advantage of. Officially it's called game share with game chat, but what it does is it basically allows you to play couch co-op games over the internet, which is really neat. I want more games to take advantage of it.
Yes,
please.
we both do. We both do.
Yes.
Desperately.
Yes. Because currently right now, I looked this up because I care about this feature. I looked this up. There's only, I think there's now 29 games that take advantage of it. And the only big first-party games that do are, and I will list them all right here, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Mario Odyssey, Mario 3D World, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, count that, Hyrule Warriors: Age of Imprisonment, not Age of Calamity, Age of Imprisonment, and Pokemon Pokopia, which Pokopia is probably the big one.
Wait,
There's a lot of things missing in that list.
Does it Wonder? The Switch 2
yes,
version?
Mario Wonder, thank you.
Yeah.
That was a new one. That was a new one.
Yeah, because I know you were talking about that, because you were trying to get me to play the game with you at one point.
Yes, and thank you, Celery. Game share is just modern DS download play. Yes. And we need more games to take advantage of it.
Absolutely. Because there's so many games.
And I'm not even talking new games.
No, there's games I have played on the channel. One of my first series, actually, Kirby's Return to Dreamland. We were like, if we could do co-op for this, we would. And I have talked to a few people, and I'm just like, hey, like, if you guys want to play a Kirby game, like Kirby's Return to Dreamland. But the problem is, it's like, you can't do co-op.
Yeah.
Or
yeah,
no,
you
James,
can't. Well, you can't do co-op online. That's the problem.
James, we were talking about Donkey Kong Country Returns in Tropical Freeze as well.
Yeah, Returns just got an amazing update earlier this year. That it was the one that added Dixie Kong.
And that's why I played it, because it had that update.
But it got local game share, but it did not get online game share, which really sucks. Like, please, this is an amazing feature and should be a selling point, because the game share thing, if memory serves, like it either doesn't exist or it's heavily limited on Switch 1. It's basically a Switch 2 selling feature, or it should be a Switch 2 selling feature.
They're underselling
if they took better advantage of it.
They're not using it well. Kind of harkening back to something Celery said earlier. Or no, was it Celery or was it Samasa? No, it was Samasa. My bad. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
But still, you get my point.
And I do appreciate Paulo bringing up Mario Wonder Switch 2 edition. It is an excellent inclusion there, and I will give them credit. They are putting new games into this, because the upcoming Star Fox game is gonna have the online game share. Which, that's cool. I want more. I want more games to have this. This is really good.
Yes, because it's
and now we move from a really because
it's also like here's the thing, guys. We've had ideas for multiplayer games we wanted to do on the channel, like me and James play, or like say me and somebody else play together for stream or whatever. It's just we can't.
Well, the ones that we want to, we can't. That's the problem.
Right. Like, we can still do some. It's just not all the ones we want to do. So we're kind of like, ugh.
There is still a library there, but and I'm kind of hoping that I'm hoping this is a little bit of copium, that they're just going to do a drip feed of updates like they've been doing with NSO.
Yeah.
They just are like suddenly one day, we just talked about Donkey Kong. Suddenly, Donkey Kong Country Returns supports online game share. Like,
yeah,
that'd be awesome. Come on.
Give us a reason to play together. I mean, we can still do online play together for, like, NSO games, which is great. That's awesome. It's just, I just wish we had more options.
with modern games.
Yes, especially with our circumstances. So,
Yeah.
I digress though. Anyways, let's move on to the next bullet point. Game key cards.
From a good feature to a bad to what I think is a bad feature.
Yeah, you do not like this feature at all.
Yeah. Okay, here's the thing. On the one hand, I understand the intended purpose for these things to exist. Well, okay. There are good use cases for the game key cards. And for the few good cases, I will point to a game like the Final Fantasy VII remakes.
Mhm.
Those being so the problem with Switch 2 game cards, there is only well, okay, no, this is no longer true. So sorry. Right now, the maximum storage for a Switch 2 game card is 64 gigabytes. For a game that is bigger than that, the best option for them physically is a game key card, which the point at that point is to get the game on the shelf at like a physical retail store, so the average grandma can understand what to pick up for their grandkid.
Mm-hmm.
And from that perspective, okay, I see why the game key card exists for stuff like Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Oh my
sorry,
god.
I gotta read this.
Yeah, read it. I saw it too.
Celery said, I feel like James's wish would get Monkey Paw and Nintendo would charge for the game share feature as a Switch 2 edition.
Oh my
You're
god.
not wrong. I feel like that's possible.
Jeez.
Oh, jeez.
That's
It doesn't need
awful.
It doesn't need to be up-resed anymore. I think it looks fine as is. But you know, that's not outside the realm of possibility. But anyway, back to the game key card discussion. And I don't know if you had anything else to say about it. My problem is it's being used in a way that it's being used in the way for
as
a
like
publisher
a
to for a publisher to save money, because yes, it is cheaper to make a game key card because it doesn't have a chip it doesn't really have an expensive chip inside. Like a normal Switch game cartridge does.
Okay, Polo brings up a really good point. The biggest flaw regarding Switch 2 cartridges is how expensive they are to manufacture, which is why third parties rely on them.
Yes, and this is true. And to add to this point as well, it did come out recently that we weren't supposed to find this out, but it did come out recently that they are manufacturing a smaller storage size chip for their Switch 2 games, and that's why that's why some games like Orbitals or what was that other one that released earlier in the year? It was a Metroidvania. I thought about buying. It was called Mio. That's what it was.
Oh yeah,
Make your
Mio.
Xenoblade jokes now. Make your Xenoblade jokes now. But yeah, those games apparently are on smaller game cards. And you know, I kind of wonder if Star Fox. Sorry, I'm speculating. I'm getting off track.
It's okay.
I need to go back. While it is true, third parties are definitely saving a buck. I'm gonna be honest. I would rather pay extra money for an actual Switch 2 game card.
But okay, here's the problem. Most games now are getting too big for these cartridges.
Yeah, and like I said, from that perspective, I understand. Those uses of game key cards, I will begrudgingly accept, like Final Fantasy VII. That being said, there are some games like Sonic X Shadow Generations, which I think is only like 20-something gigabytes that are on a game key card.
That don't need it.
Yeah.
And also, that game doesn't have a pathway to a Switch 2 upgrade. Thanks, Sega!
Yep, that's something else we're going to talk about later.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later, but considering recent announcements from Sega yesterday, yeah, I'm a little annoyed.
Yeah. Overall, I understand the point of, I understand why game key cards exist. There are necessary use cases for it, but Nintendo's also given publishers the green light to use game key cards on whatever they want, which has led to most third parties relying on them. I personally, I don't know about you guys, and I realize I am not the average person. a smart shopper would actually look at a more expensive cartridge and say, I think I'd rather take the cheaper option, and I wouldn't blame them.
Mhm.
But I like my physical games. I would rather pay more for them. I will bring up a perfect example right here. Trails in the Sky second chapter, releasing later this year. That is going to cost $5 more on Switch 2 than it does on the other platforms. And you know what? I'm okay with it. I'm getting that physical.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to it.
Oh yeah, that's a game we're both super excited for, and I know a lot of people in chat are too.
Oh yeah.
But again, like I
I
said,
just hope it doesn't have a stuttering issue like first chapter did when it launched.
God.
Anyways.
Oh God.
We'll
Cross
get to
our
that
fingers. But at the end of the day, it's just, I think games are just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And the fact that Nintendo wants to stay with cartridges is not helping much at all.
Yeah, I understand why they're sticking with cartridges because, look at the Switch. It ain't gonna have a disc drive.
Yeah.
with how it works.
Unless we have like a completely different console.
Yeah. I'm glad that they have a form of physical media because the other option is just get rid of physical media entirely, which I do think is still going to happen in the future, but I'm glad we haven't gotten there yet.
Yeah. It's slowly like happening, but
especially given recent events. We'll get to that later.
Yeah. But I will definitely say as well, for me personally, when it comes to physical versus digital, it just depends on the game. On if I want to go out and buy one. Because I don't like using Amazon. I'm not a big fan of Amazon.
Yeah, and Celery brings up a point, but I did want to talk, but I don't necessarily agree with it entirely. Celery says people are used to streaming entertainment, music, movies, etc., so the disadvantage of game key cards wouldn't affect the average person much. See, now, that would be true. However, here's the kicker about a game key card. When you have a game key card, you still cannot play the game unless the game key card is inserted into your console. That is still a level of inconvenience that I think the average person would still see and find more inconvenient than just having a digital version.
Mm-hmm.
That's why for games that have been released on Switch 2 as a game key card, I would rather purchase a digital copy. I did that with Sonic X Shadow Generations, and I plan to eventually do that with Persona 3 Reload. Yeah. Whenever I get around to that.
Yeah, plus, I mean, Sonic X Shadow Generations was on sale at the time, so why not?
It was on sale, yes. And I'm waiting for a sale on 3 Reload as well.
Okay, let's change the topic to something more positive.
Yes.
This was something a lot of people really wanted, and I was excited for this. GameCube games are on NSO.
And
Yay!
Virtual Boy, but nobody cares about that.
Fuck you, Virtual Boy.
But yes, GameCube on NSO. It's nice, it's awesome, it's there. I wish we had more games on it, though.
Yep. The only thing I will say about the Virtual Boy stuff is good preservation for those games.
Yeah, it's good for preservation, that's it.
Yeah, but the GameCube one, I will definitely say a lot of GameCube games have gotten more expensive over the years. The biggest example I'm going to give, Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. Before this came out, copies of that game would cost you about, I'd say $200 or $300.
Good God.
Yeah, it was a rare game. Plus, also, the Talius games were not the best-selling Fire Emblem games, so that's a part of it too.
Given that I already knew, but like $300, good God.
Yeah, it was.
At that point, just get a Switch.
Yeah, and I'm saying before this, before it was on NSO.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I gotcha.
But the sheer fact that it's on here is insane. That's how I got to play Luigi's Mansion. I got to play Path of Radiance this way, and I'm hoping to get to play Coliseum and XD this way, and maybe some other games too. So I am happy this is here. Sadly, it is the not as good version of Wind Waker on there, but it's still a version of Wind Waker on Switch.
It is a version of Wind Waker on Switch.
Yes, so I can't complain on that front.
I do agree with Polo on some level though. I am just I don't really like how slow the drip feed is.
Oh yeah.
I understand why they do it that way. It's because now they're updating each individual library like whenever they feel like. I do think that they could stand to be a little faster on the GameCube one because
That's the newest
you know,
one.
It's the newest one. It is a Switch 2 selling feature because the GameCube games are exclusive to Switch 2. And also we're just missing more games. Like you brought up earlier, Pokemon Gale of Darkness. Yeah, Gale of Darkness is there. Coliseum is not. And if I remember correctly, Coliseum's supposed to be first, right?
Yeah, because I remember when we watched the Pokemon Direct when that happened earlier this year. Because we did that on stream with our friend Roy, and I think Galax was there too. I don't remember off the top of my head. But it was still just like, why are you releasing this first and not Coliseum? That makes no sense.
Yeah. That did not make any sense to me. But yeah, we know it's coming eventually, and they will put more games on there. Like I was actually shocked to learn that Mario Sunshine's not on there yet. Which, weird, it's a Mario game. You'd think like it'd be one of the first ones, but I guess not. Yeah. It is definitely in the lineup though that they're considering.
Yes. So at least
what if they put the original Air Ride on there? That'd be interesting.
Ooh, that'd be really cool. Because I know for sure like they have that list right now, so we at least know those will be coming. It's just anything else is just kind of like, Yeah. Like an example, like GameCube version of Twilight Princess.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that'd be a way for people to play Twilight Princess.
Or one that I'm like copium for. Four Swords.
Oh yeah, Four Swords. Oh, that's gonna require some work.
That's gonna require some work, but it would, like I said, that's copium. Because let's just say I am dragging you and two other people. We are going through that.
I have played Four Swords, but I've only ever played it single player. I have never played a multiplayer. Oh god.
Well, yeah. Anyways, but yeah, I am definitely happy we have GameCube now, and I hope they do pick up the pace a little bit with some more. So I think the most recent NSO title they dropped was Donkey Kong 64 on the 64 service.
Yeah, it's 64. Yeah. Celery says, I feel like the GameCube library has the best retro lineup of games IMO, as they still look modern enough without some control gimmick tying them down. That is true, but then we just talked about Four Swords Adventures, and yeah, like Genma says, it would require some work. It would work single player though. You could definitely play that single player like as it exists right now. See, the problem is, and I think this is why stuff like the GameCube hasn't happened yet, or stuff like Four Swords hasn't happened yet. What Nintendo does with these NSO drops is they just upload the ROM. That is literally all they do, with usually very, very few changes, if any. Occasionally they do those special releases like the version of Metroid where you have everything unlocked from the start. But usually they just upload the ROM. And the problem with Four Swords is if you want to play that multiplayer, they would have to work on the ROM. And I don't think they're going to do that. But we'll see.
Yeah, unless they do like a separate release for it, kind of like what Fire Red and Leaf Green got recently.
Fair.
Anyways, let's move on to our next topic. We're finally going to talk about some games, guys.
It's the whole reason why you buy a console. The most important part of a game console, the games.
Yes.
And to be clear, like this slide right here, this slide is just the first party games that the two of us have played and really liked. There are other exclusive games. We will talk about them in just a minute. But we're going to start off with the four that we really care about.
Yes. And first up on the list is the launch title, Mario Kart World, which, again, we did a whole discussion stream for this game. If you want our more extended thoughts, go watch that.
Yeah. I don't know about you, but my opinions on the game haven't really changed much. I still play it decently often, either on my own or just whenever with like friends or family.
Yeah, I mean, I play it every once in a while. I still pick it up and play. I mean, hell, we're doing a stream of it on Friday.
Yeah, join us on Friday where we get to play some Mario Kart World with us.
Yes, and you get to beat the crap out of us with your vehicles. Yay.
Speak for yourself.
I don't know.
Anyways.
Does this mean I have road rage?
It's a Mario Kart game. It's all about road rage.
Oh boy. But
So yes,
yeah.
Mario Kart World. We already mentioned great launch title. A lot of people do say though, and we can talk about this one along with it. A lot of people do say that they probably should have launched with DK Bonanza instead.
Mm.
I will say I disagree because
I
Mario Kart
disagree.
World is a much wider audience.
Yeah. I think
I love
Bonanza is
DK
a
Bonanza to
great
bits.
game. Like that's a great game. I watched you play that entirely. But
and yes, she knows the big spoiler of DK Bonanza, unfortunately. But it's still a good game.
Unfortunately, you let me see it.
I didn't know what happened.
We were going in blind.
I was playing it blind, yes.
Without that, one day I'll play Bonanza. Just like, after seeing you play it twice, I'm like, I'm good for a while. I'm good.
I wonder if there's a way to... Okay, now I'm curious. Because we have...
Are you asking if there is a way to fucking Men in Black my memory of that game?
No, that's not what I'm gonna say. Okay, let's finish talking about Mario Kart World because I have an idea I want to talk about with Bonanza.
Okay.
But Mario Kart World, real quick, great game. We'll be playing it on Friday. Definitely the right choice for the launch title. In our opinions. Celery does bring up a point. Nothing is beating Breath of the Wild as a great launch game. That is true.
Yeah.
Nothing is ever beating Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, we'll be talking about Breath of the Wild in a little bit.
Yeah. Paulo says, not a bad launch title. It doesn't have the same staying power to keep playing constantly. I assume you mean compared to 8 Deluxe, and that's just a person-to-person basis. To me, it has just as much staying power. At least at least that's just your opinion, and that's okay. Yeah, that is your opinion.
Yeah, that's fair. What is the general consensus? Switch to good or bad? I mean, that's kind of what we're gonna talk about with this, I guess.
Yeah, that's the whole point of this discussion.
That's the whole point of this. So stay tuned. You might get an answer.
Yeah.
But welcome in. Thank you for listening to us.
Yeah, and as we move on to talk about DK Bonanza, Galax says DK just has a lot more content than Mario Kart. It just seems more of the immediate time sink as a launch title. And well, that I will say that also depends on the person because there is a thriving competitive community around Mario Kart World. I mean, let me tell you, I've seen what they can do. Man, I wish I could do some of that stuff. But just as well, Donkey Kong Bonanza also has like, I don't want to say a competitive community, but like a speedrunning community. And holy shit, they can break that game.
Oh yeah,
lost.
I've seen some wild stuff.
Yeah, you can fly a DK Bonanza. I'm just gonna tell you that. and I'm not talking about the ostrich. I'm saying like you could actually fly. People have figured that out. Good God. But what I was wondering about DK Bonanza, and somebody who's used game share more than me, let me know. Is it possible to game share a game like DK Bonanza, but the person sharing is not player one? Because if that's the case, then maybe you could just play my copy of DK Bonanza at some point.
Maybe, but I mean, like, it is a game I kind of would like to have, like, my own copy of.
That's fair. And that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just how I feel personally on that one.
In the same vein, it was going to be extremely difficult to beat 8 Deluxe with all that DLC. Yeah, the
yeah.
DLC really does kind of push 8 Deluxe into another tier.
Yeah, but again, we don't know yet if World will get DLC. That is a unknown factor right now. Maybe when we're getting ready to move on to the next console after this, we would have a better answer. But right now, since we're still early in a new console's lifespan, I can't say yes or no.
That's an interesting discussion because the reason why, and Polo brings up as well, Sonic Racing Crossworlds. The reason why Crossworlds is remaining in the public zeitgeist. Yeah, the reason why Crossworlds is remaining in the public zeitgeist, whereas Kirby and Mario Kart really aren't, is because Sonic Racing Crossworlds is getting constant new features, new DLC. Biggest thing is new characters and occasionally new courses, but the new characters are the selling point.
True, and
because
they just announced like three new characters.
Yeah. I'm not saying that Mario Kart World and Kirby Air Rider should have done that, because to be honest, I kind of like it. I kind of prefer it when my games are complete on launch. Just saying. Not to throw shade, but
Yes
just
and
saying.
no. Yes and no. I like to have a little bit more content later on to allow me to come back to the game.
The argument for content later on, and that's exactly what you said. It allows people to come back to the game later on,
Right.
and gives it more staying power in the age of the internet. It does have its use. It does have its use. I'm not as big of a proponent of that personally.
It also doesn't help that Mario Kart World, Sonic Racing Crossroads, and Air Riders released all in the same year.
Yeah, and all of them are not just racing games, but very different feeling racing games.
Oh yeah.
Because the two of us have at least tried all three games. Like I don't own Crossworlds, but I did play the demo. I did try.
Yeah, we both played demos of Crossworlds.
Mm-hmm.
I have friends that play Crossworlds, but I think that group of friends I have is actually a testament. Like they keep coming back to the game to get all the stuff, so that's part of that staying power. Unlike these other ones that really don't. Yeah.
But by the same coin, you could also make the argument that Sega is forcing that staying power, whereas games like Mario Kart and Kirby don't really. Well, I mean, you could make the argument one way or another whether or not it needs it, but it might not need it.
I know for sure.
Sakurai itself has gone on.
I know for sure for Air Riders, they're not doing DLC. Like Sakurai literally said it. Like everything is in the game. You don't have to buy anything.
Yeah, and that's what I was gonna bring up. Yeah, Air Riders. Sakurai confirmed the entire game's content is on the cart, which that to me is a great selling point. I still find myself going back to Air Riders every now and again, less so than Mario Kart World, because like Air Riders, the only part of that game I really enjoy is City Trial, but City Trial's a heck of a time.
Yeah, and I mean we do that on stream. So.
Yeah, and yeah, I completely understand, Matthew. We got the Switch 2 bundle with Mario Kart World. We never play Mario Kart on the Switch 2, and that's fair.
Yeah.
If especially if Mario Kart World didn't jive with you as well as Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, it's not going to have that staying power, because it is enough of a departure that some people were put off by it and just went right back to 8 Deluxe. Me personally, I was ready for something new, and it feels new enough that I've been sticking with it. But
I felt a little indifferent to it. I don't hate it, but it's not my favorite thing in the world. It's all right. It's fun. I mean, hell, we still do streams of it.
Yeah, we still do streams of it. Come on Friday to join us for that.
Yes. Again, it's a good community thing.
Oh yes. And Mario Kart's always been good for that.
Okay.
Since we already brought it up, do we want to talk about Kirby Air Riders?
I don't want. I'd rather just deviate a little.
Okay. Do we want to stick with the game order?
Yeah, game order.
Okay, sure thing. Now I know. See, you haven't played Hyrule Warriors: Age of Imprisonment,
right? Because I haven't played Tears.
Yeah, you haven't finished Tears of the Kingdom.
Yeah, that's mostly why. Funnily enough, unless I got a giant group to capitalize on the chaos of City Trial, I think I prefer the racing part of Air Riders.
Yeah, and that's fair.
Again, you were in the last Air Riders stream. You got to see the chaos in real time.
Yeah, but and you know, that's something that I like about games like Kirby Air Riders and Mario Kart World, that it has different ways that you can enjoy the game. Some people play Mario Kart World just for Knockout Tour. I don't know how you do it. There's only 8 of those, but some people only play Knockout Tour. I don't know how they do it.
I don't know either, but hey, to reach their own, I guess.
Yeah. Anyways, about Hyrule Warriors: Age of Imprisonment, I will say I really enjoyed this game. I did not go back and play the updated content that they added later on. I really should do that at some point. Anyways, I got the game on launch and I really enjoyed it. Mostly, I was just glad to be able to play a Hyrule Warriors game that actually ran good. I'm sorry, Age of Calamity, you were a fun game, but man, you ran poorly on the Switch 1.
Yeah, I've heard the stories.
Yeah, but hey, Age of Imprisonment, great game if you like Musos, and also if you just want to see more of the stuff that was talked about in Tears of the Kingdom. Definitely play Tears of the Kingdom first, though. It's unfortunate that that this game has kind of a niche audience because it's the third Hyrule Warriors game, so only fans of Hyrule Warriors are going to pick it up, and also people who've played Tears of the Kingdom. So that's like a double. That's a Venn diagram that's very small. So I'm glad they still did it though. It does wrap things up with the Breath of the Wild style games, and it does make me hope that the next big 3D Zelda game is something completely new, or something completely different. Because Age of Imprisonment does tie things up in a nice, neat little bow.
Also,
Hi, Ronan.
Hello, Ronan.
Welcome to the stream.
Welcome to Stream.
Yeah. That's all I have to say about Age of Imprisonment. Great game if you like games like it. And at this point, with how many Nintendo Warriors games have been released, you'd know if you'd like it or not.
Yeah, and I don't.
Yeah, runs beautifully. I will say that much.
Hey, that's great. Okay, now let's circle back into Kirby Air Riders.
Yes. Yeah, and Genma brought up a good point about the different modes, and we did touch on this a second ago.
Yeah.
I'm glad that it has so many different modes. To me, I just find if I do boot up the game, boot up the game anytime recently now that I've like done all its content, I basically just play City Trial.
Yeah. But I mean, hey, City Trial is fun. You never know what's gonna happen. It's always a great time.
You never know what's gonna happen. And sometimes you're able to fly around and collect legendary machines. Sometimes you get hit with a stingray from Splatoon, and it hurts.
Yeah, I may or may not have used that laser a lot last session.
It's just as annoying as a stingray from Splatoon as well.
But it was so much fun, James.
Yes, but that doesn't change the fact that it was annoying.
I don't care.
Anyways, we're getting off. we're getting off topic.
We're being silly.
Air Riders, another great Sakurai game. The man never misses.
Please, Nintendo, give him a break. Please.
Why has there been like 6 AAA racing games in about a year's time span?
That's what I'm saying.
Oh wait, no, that's right, because Ukulele Kart is coming this year. Holy cow!
What?
I don't know what other games Galaxy is referring to besides...
Who the fuck asked for that?
I don't know, but it's there. I'm curious what other racing games you're referring to, Galax, besides Mario Kart World, Kirby Air Riders, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds, and I just know about Ukulele Kart. I didn't know it exists.
Was it Ukulele or Bubsy?
It was Ukulele. I'm very certain.
Okay.
And you know what? No, I just remembered another one that Galax is probably referring to. Xenoblade 1.
Oh my god.
Because yes, there's a racing mode in Xenoblade now.
Why?
I'm just saying, we got Xenoblade Kart before Mario Kart World DLC.
Why?
That's just wild.
Why does it exist?
It's funny, that's why.
It doesn't do anything.
Well, it makes everything move faster, quite literally.
Okay, I guess, but you know how I am about that game.
That's fair. FNAF Kart, Forza 6. Oh yeah, Forza released recently.
Oh yeah, new
the
Star Wars
racing
one.
game. Yeah.
I like how I'm having a mental shit fit over the Ballad of the Windfish. This is great. Yeah, it's playing Link's Awakening.
At this point, we've named 8 kart racers releasing in 2 years.
Oh my god!
There's probably more, but we're getting off topic. Shall we move on to the next slide?
Yes. Other first-party Switch 2 exclusives. We are probably not going to be on this slide very long. I need to preface that.
Because these are the other games that I know other people care about. But
oh
it's
my
just that...
god!
I can't wait for an existential crisis happens when Nintendo has this Golden Sun cart.
I can't wait for Felix to go all fucking Fast and the Furious.
And Felix is all over the place. Okay,
Aw,
the Marvin joke
hell
didn't really
yeah.
work that well.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay. Back to the
Anyways.
slide. Yeah, these are games that we don't really care as much about, but they still have their niches, every single one of them.
Mhm.
Galax says, "Welcome Tourist Peak." I do have a story about Welcome Tour, though, that I would like to tell people.
Okay.
So, for those of you who don't know, Switch 2 Welcome Tour is like a little strange minigame collection kind of thing, and also like description of the hardware that Nintendo put out for
The
$10.
best way I can describe it is their version of Astro's Playroom, but not as fun.
I would not compare it to Astro's Playroom. That is, I feel like it's doing a disservice to Astro's Playroom.
That's why I said Astro's Playroom, but not as fun.
Yeah. So anyway, my story about Welcome Tour.
I know that we're still talking. I gotta get up.
Okay, yeah. Go ahead. I will tell the story while you're gone.
Yeah, just keep yapping. I'll be right back.
Yeah. So, Welcome Tour kind of explains the hardware. I will say there is a niche for it, and that niche is people who want to know more about the Switch 2 hardware for one reason or another. And the reason why I bring up this niche is a little funny story that happened shortly after the Switch 2's launch. So for those who don't know, there is a company called D-Brand. They are known for making like cases for different handheld devices, or like protective shells and things like that. What they did, better comparison would be 3DS 3 Plaza. Okay, yeah, that's actually pretty good. Yeah, 3DS 3 Plaza, that's a good comparison. What D-Brand did, they put out shortly after the Switch 2's launch, like, and by shortly after, I mean like a day after, because they got access to pre-release specs for the Switch 2, so they were able to create their product before the thing launched. Which was really funny to find out in things afterward. Anyways, they put out a shell for the Switch 2, like a protective shell. It was just called the Kill Switch. That's a funny name. And if you get it now, the newer versions of the Kill Switch don't have this problem. But the ones that released right at the launch of the Switch 2, they were just a little bit too tight on the console. And what happened there, because they were too tight,
Okay, hello, I'm back.
Yes. Yeah. Because it was too tight, it caused people to, if you held the Switch 2 the wrong way, the Joy-Con would just fall off, and if you were holding it by the Joy-Con, it would cause the tablet to fall to the ground and possibly, break the Switch 2 tablet, which is not good because of how expensive the thing is. And here's the funny thing. Nintendo Switch 2 Welcome Tour explains why that is a problem. Because in that tour, I remember seeing this from like I think a Nintendo Life article afterward. In that little, if you want to call it a game, they explain that there's a tiny gap between the Joy-Con and the tablet itself. And without that tiny gap, the magnets that keep the Switch 2 together wouldn't work properly. So when D-Brand found this out, and
because fucking magnets, how do they work?
Yes. Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah.
So D-Brand started getting let's just say getting flack about this for pretty good reason, I'd say. And now they've updated their product, so now it has that little gap in there, and it allows the Joy-Con to still magnetize properly. But yeah, little fun history for you. Welcome Tour has its place. Am I gonna buy it? No. But it has its place.
Definitely does.
Little big. I assume you mean like 2 millimeters. Yeah, it's a teeny tiny gap, but it's there for a reason.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a very clever design thing. Alright, do you want to talk about Drag X Drive?
I just kind of want to point out that it's the Nintendo's first party affordable release, quote unquote, just because its price is $20, and it's made by like in-house Nintendo EAD. It's just unfortunate that this game just seemed really underbaked because it, as far as I'm aware, it's the only game that uses both mice at the same time, but both Joy-Cons as a mouse. It's got that fun, weird niche. I played the demo. Demo played fine, but it's not a game that I would really want to play often or at all. And it definitely just seemed underbaked. So
I felt like
that's
it
really all I
crashed
have
and
to say
burned.
about it. Yeah, which is a shame because it.
I watched you play the demo and you were kind of enjoying it, but you were
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It was actually pretty fun. It's just not the kind of game that I would buy. It's not my kind of game.
right. It
Should
could have been Arms too.
I don't know about that. Polo brings up a point about Mario Tennis Fever. If you want to talk about that. Yeah. He says, my own piece to mention about the list is this: if it wasn't for Mario Tennis Fever underperforming, wouldn't have the variable pricing between physical and digital. We will get to this later, but I do not believe that that's the case. I think that they had the variable pricing in the works for a while. Why it didn't launch in America, I don't know, but it was available in other countries since the Switch 2's launch.
Was the Animal Crossing expansion for Switch 2 worth it?
Did we not add that to the...
No, I said no to that, remember?
Ah, okay. I forgot.
I opted out of that. I'll just say it quickly. We're gonna talk more about like Switch 2 expansions and things like that here in a little bit. But honestly, as someone who's already kind of just moved on from that game, I don't care.
Yeah, you did play it for one stream.
I did play it for one
If you want to
stream.
check that out.
If you guys are curious, you can go check that out. But honestly, at that point I had moved on from the game. But I will say,
And that's okay.
a life sim that I am kind of interested in playing at some point if I find the time to do it, because I know how those games are. Pokopia. I am curious
It does
about
seem
that
really
game
interesting.
because I've heard so many good things about it just from other people and just online. Plus, you can play with friends.
Yes, it has the game share function.
You can play with your friends.
They actually use it. Please, more games need to use it. You know, I realized, why doesn't Animal Crossing have it? Oh, right, Animal Crossing not co-op multiplayer in the first place.
Yeah.
Never mind. Sorry,
No,
I just
it's
answered my
online.
own question. I will say this about Pokopia, and I did post about this on Blue Sky shortly after reviews came out for the game.
Because
If you go...
I think the thing was with Pokopia, when that was like, when we were first getting information, we were like, okay, what's this? This is a little weird. We're not interested in this. But this was like one of the genuinely big surprise ones.
Oh yeah, I said this on Blue Sky, and I'll say it again. If you go back in time, there was a point in time where, like, in under a week, impressions on the internet of Pokemon Pokopia went from overpriced Pokeslap to potential Game of the Year 2026 contender in less than a week.
That's actually that's insane.
That is insane how that changed, how quick that change happened. It is just because some journalists got some time with the game, and realized what it was. And now that I've seen it, like, I'm not interested in the game because I'm just not into life sims. But
Yeah.
I understand why people are raving about this game.
Yeah. It's like, I like a good life sim every now and again. Like, I play Animal Crossing. I've played Rune Factory. Like, I like them every
Tomodachi.
now. Yeah, Tomodachi Life. I like those every now and again, but I have to be in the right mood, the right mindset for them. You know? And,
Pokopia also has Underwater. Palworld does not.
True.
Damn.
True. Plus right now I'm kind of working on backlog a little bit. So.
Oh, Galaxy brings up an interesting point that I did not know. Pokopia is one of the only games that uses the mouse mode really well.
Oh.
That's good to know.
Okay.
I genuinely did not know that it used the mouse. That's cool.
That's cool. I'm not crazy about the mouse though. All except for when we have to use it for Mario Paint.
Fair. And the last one on this list that I kind of wanted to talk about, Yoshi and the Mysterious Book. I am interested in this game because I do like me some Yoshi games. It's just I didn't get it at launch. I wasn't really interested in it when it was available to me for $60. So I'm just gonna, that to me is I'll get it on sale at some point in the future. I'm interested in it. Haven't played it myself. That's all.
I'm not interested personally.
Yeah, and that's okay.
All right.
It doesn't really seem that big or anything. Yeah.
All right. Next up, I know some people were asking about this, so we're finally going to talk about these. The Switch 2 editions of some first-party games. And yay, we finally get to talk about this!
Yes.
We finally get to talk about Breath of the Wild!
Yes, you love that game.
Yes.
And I do too, to be fair.
But also, like, I had a very unique situation with Breath of the Wild.
Oh, yes, yeah, tell them about this, yeah.
So, I think I started playing Breath of the Wild, like, late May last year?
Yeah, shortly before the Switch 2's launch.
And, I had noticed, like, in the beginning area, like, okay, there's a bit of lag, things like that. I'm like, oh, okay, it's a little annoying, but I can deal with this. But outside of that, it was fine, for the record. But then, they announced on the Switch 2 Direct, hey, Breath of the Wild is getting a Switch 2 version, and it's free with NSO Expansion Pass.
And you have that.
And since I was playing that game at the time, I was like, I am getting this. I need this.
For you, it was free, more or less.
Yes, it was free. So that just being a thing, being free, kind of sold me on the Switch 2 in a way.
In a way, yes.
Well, also GameCube and a few other things, so.
Yeah.
But this was like
And at the time, Mario Kart.
Yeah, because at the time it was like, oh, I'm playing this game. And let's just say, oh my god, the game runs so much better on Switch 2.
Yeah, I did a whole replay of Breath of the Wild as well. Granted, I have a hard time noticing lag between 30 and 60 frames, but did you see any? Because, like, it ran beautifully for me.
It ran really good on Switch 2. It's just,
I feel like
stuttered. It did stutter bad in a few spots on Switch 1.
That's fair.
More specifically the beginning area, but once I got out of that, it was fine for what I played.
I don't think you reached Korok Forest before you got the upgrade.
No, I didn't.
It would have lagged there.
No, I think I did like the first dungeon. Like my first dungeon, and then like immediately after the Switch 2 came out.
Yeah.
And the load times are better, yeah.
Yeah, load times are so much better. Not that there's much loading at all, but still, so much better.
I don't know the difference between tiers, Switch 1 and Switch 2. I own a Switch 1
I'm going to assume
version.
It's the same.
Yeah. I own a Switch 1 version of tiers, and here's why. Because, again, I have NSO Expansion Pass. I was going to get the Switch 2 version for free with that. So, I was just like, hey, for my birthday, I want this game. But make sure you get me this version instead.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure they would have gotten you that version anyway because it's a cheaper one.
Yeah. But I made it absolutely clear. One day I'll get back into tiers.
Yeah, I assume that that it's basically the same, except I will say one thing that they definitely did add was online sharing of your Zonai constructions. That is cool. Yeah. I may or may not have downloaded somebody's flight machine with an infinite wing. That's fun.
Oh yeah. Some of the contraptions people make are so hilarious.
Oh yeah. I've shown you my favorite. I call it the Doomba.
Yes.
It's a Roomba, but it causes doom.
It's so funny.
Okay. Shall we talk about other ones?
Yes.
We both played Kirby and the Forgotten Land Switch 2 edition.
Yes. which added Starcross Worlds.
Mhm.
It was one
Nintendo
of
got
those
mad at us
ones
for
that
modding.
added stuff into it.
Yeah. Real quick, Galax said Nintendo got mad at us for modding in constructs. I mean, I think the stuff is still in there. I still have my I still have my infinite wing. Or are you referring to something else? Oh well.
Eh.
Anyways, back to Kirby.
But yeah, this I think was one of the more extensive Switch 2 versions because we had Starcross Worlds, which was an
It
added
did cost $20.
it did cost $20, which I know we discussed it after that, and we were both like, I don't know.
Yeah, I wish it was a little bit cheaper. Like maybe
I
$15
wish there
would
was
have been
more
worth it.
content. I wish there was more content. That I think was the biggest
Or
thing
more
with
content.
it. Yes.
Yeah, or more content.
But also, the game ran better. That's the big
Yes.
thing.
Yeah, it runs so much better.
Mhm.
I did not realize just how important a jump to 60 frames was. I don't even care that the visuals were upgraded. Yeah, the visuals were upgraded, but like it was more the frame rate. That's what I more care about. Welcome back again.
Yo, welcome back, bud.
Yeah.
We're talking about
But
Corbo.
I really enjoyed the Forgotten Land DLC as well. Really, the only pain point with that one is the price. But once you have it, everything is great. Once you get past the price, it's all downhill.
I'll definitely consider picking up Kirby on a sale. I still think like Forgotten Land as a full package game is a really solid game. Definitely, if you have not played it, give it a shot. It is a fun 3D platform, like 3D platformer.
Yeah, I don't know, Galax, if you're able to find like the Switch 2 full package on sale, because like that is both the base game plus the upgrade, that in total is $80. So I don't know if you can find that on sale, but if you do, hey, like that's a good purchase. Yeah.
All right, next one is going to be Pokemon Legends ZA. So I bought the Switch 2 version. So
You're gonna have to be the one to speak on this because I didn't play it.
So what I've heard from people, the Switch 1 version I think ran okay. There were a few bugs and things that were not in the Switch 2 version, but other than that, it was pretty minuscule.
I heard it ran at least better than Scarlet and Violet, so that's good.
Yeah, the game runs so much better than Scarlet and Violet, just in general.
On Switch 1 specifically.
But I bought it on Switch 2, so I don't know. At launch. But I know there was like videos of some game breaking glitches, but to be honest, if you're doing that, you're just going out of your way to find those.
Yeah. Fair enough, and I kind of expect that there's some of those in a Pokemon game.
Yeah, unfortunately, and we both hate to say that. But yeah, that's the one that we wanted to like just lightly touch on. If you guys want to hear my more extensive thoughts on Pokemon Legends not RCS, we just finished streaming that. ZA, sorry. This is very odd. But Legends ZA, if you're more interested in hearing my more in-depth thoughts on that, I have a whole discussion stream that I did with my friend Mike back in December, so go check that out.
Yeah. Now for one that we both played, although you didn't play the Switch one.
I played the PlayStation version. Yeah.
Trails in the Sky first chapter. It didn't get the Switch 2 version didn't get a physical release, but
it was
that's
a $1
okay.
upgrade. It was a $1
upgrade on it was a $1 upgrade on top of the Switch 1 version. And well, you played this game on PS5, and obviously you loved that game. It's almost like you streamed the whole game and showed everybody your reactions to stuff. Yeah, that was fun.
There's totally not a video of me bawling my eyes out at the end of the game.
Yes, that is definitely
that
for
is
some
definitely there. Reason has 3,000 views. Holy crap!
People like when they cry about their favorite scenes in awesome games. That is all.
All I'm just gonna say, just side tangent. Seriously, guys, thank you for all the love and support on that video. That is insane, and I hope you guys are looking forward to if I do something with second chapter.
Yeah. But So I played Trail's first chapter on Switch 2. I was initially hesitant to get the upgrade because I'd heard it had some problems, but I did end up getting it, and I did see the problems. The problem was at first the frame rate was stuttering a decent bit, which is unfortunate. That's one of the games that I could see the frame rate drops between 60 and 30, because it tried to stay at 60, it did not do a good job. It wasn't until later on that Gung Ho released a patch to it that actually allowed us to change between a graphics and performance setting, because that was not in there at launch, contrary to what the Switch 2 edition said it would include.
By the
I'm
way,
still salty about
it
that.
was supposed to be in the game at launch, but it wasn't.
It wasn't, and that's stupid.
Yes, and again,
But
we talked about that throughout that stream series and the follow-up discussion.
yeah. But as it is now, with the patch, there is that performance mode there now, and it's a buttery smooth 60 frames. It drops the visuals down to 1080p, which is fine. I would rather play my games at a solid 60 frames and keep it at just regular HD than try to upscale it to 4K and deal with a choppy frame rate. So I'm glad that they did it. After the patch, runs beautifully.
I'm currently playing Trail's first chapter. I'm kind of disappointed it still isn't a downport of the PS5 version visually.
Not quite sure what you mean by that.
I know you were talking on Blue Sky. You were kind of like wondering when the game gets good. I will let you know, just in general with that game, it is a bit of a slower game. You're just gonna have to get over the hump.
Yeah, the opening of that game is pretty slow.
It is rough.
In hindsight.
It is rough.
Yeah.
Especially,
but it is still a great game.
You're lucky you're not playing the original, because I'm just gonna tell you, it's worse. It is so much worse.
Yeah.
Ask me how I know.
Yes. Yeah, after the patch, works great. I'm very glad that the upgrade is there, and I'm very glad that the Switch 2 upgrade it actually is like fully on the cartridge that they're going to be releasing later this year.
Mm-hmm.
It is, like I said before, it is going to be $5 more than the other platforms, but you know what? I'm willing to pay that. That's fine.
Also, remember, it was $1.
It was $1 before, yes. This time it's a $5 upgrade. Yeah. You know what? That's still fine.
I'm enjoying the story. Actually, the gameplay just feels a little stagnant at the point I am.
That's fair.
Trails games have been hard for me to get into, and that's entirely fair. I love the Trail series, but I definitely understand they are long games. There's a lot there. I love them to death. You just gotta get over the hump. That's all I really gotta say. Or have the patience of a saint.
That's true.
My job has made me have the patience of a saint.
I will use myself as an example. I definitely was feeling a little bit of that when I first played the game, but by the end of it, I love that game. I wasn't entirely driving with it at the start, but by the end, it was awesome.
I'm still very glad I recommended it to you and that you enjoyed it, because I was like, I know you like Xenoblade. Here's another RPG series that kind of have some similar things. But also it's very different, and I'm glad that you enjoyed it. So, success.
All right,
you got me with
Shall we
Zelda.
Move on to our next.
You got me with Zelda. I got you with Trails.
Yes, it goes both ways.
Yes. All right.
But shall we move on to our next game?
The next one on here is one we haven't played, but I had asked a friend of ours to give us some thoughts. Metroid Prime 4.
He's currently in the chat.
He is currently in chat, one of my mods. So this is, again, not a game that me and James have played. I haven't, played a Metroid games. I'm kind of a little hesitant on those. But I am getting pulled into several different directions by a few people to play those games. One might be in call with me, the other might be in chat right now.
Whoops.
Hello, Prime 4 Gaming. Yes.
Yes. It is you.
Yes. So I did ask again, one of my wonderful mods here in chat, if he could give us some was like his very quick notes about Prime 4's Switch 2 edition, because he was kind of like me with Breath of the Wild, where he got the Switch 1 version, but then later upgraded to the Switch 2 version.
Oh, interesting. Okay, I did not know that.
Mhm.
I just knew he played the game.
Yeah. No, wait. Maybe? Again, correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh, well.
Because I know something
would you like-
happened. I know something happened. Anyways, he basically said the game has faster load times, which helped because that game had a lot of loading. I watched him play that game 3 times. For lack of a better word, guys. The game looks a little bit better, and you can use the mouse for aiming. So, hey, if you want to do
That's
point-and-click shooter, you can do that with that version.
Yeah.
But overall, he said, other than that, same game, both the good and the bad.
Yeah.
So,
I know Prime 4
minor performance things.
Yeah. I know Prime 4 has some like it wasn't received completely the best.
Mixed.
And who knows, I might play it one day. I have played Prime 1. Really, the reason why I didn't even consider picking up Prime 4 is because I haven't played 2 and 3.
I played the Switch 1 version on stream. After I got my Switch 2, I played it again that way. Yeah, okay.
That's fair.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, I just couldn't remember exactly, but I know, like,
Gotcha.
I know me and James watched you play Prime 4 on stream, but then I hanged out with you while you were doing your Switch 2 playthrough. And then you're 100%.
Take care, Matt. Enjoy dinner.
See ya! Alright. Last named game, because I know you have a giant list.
Well, it's not a list, actually. It's a rant. But,
it's a rant.
We'll talk about Xenoblade first.
But the Xenoblade games have some Switch 2 ports. Asterisk. 2 and 3 are not out yet.
Yep. Yeah, 2 and 3 are not out yet.
So,
and I'm just
TBA.
I'm just gonna let you guys know, especially those who haven't gotten into the series, like Matthew mentioned, like Matthew Crocker mentioned in chat earlier.
I will definitely say, I hope you like Xenoblade. It is
yes,
good
I do
series.
hope you like Xenoblade. I will start with talking with Xenoblade 1 because
just came out.
Specifically for you, Matthew. That's the game that I recommend that you start with. Just Xenoblade 1. It's
my favorite in the series.
It's C's favorite. It's not my favorite, but it's still an awesome game. It is still an amazing game.
Oh yeah.
And the Switch 2 edition did just come out. It's not perfect, but it's also still good enough that most people do say, yeah, it's worth the upgrade. Especially like just for smooth 60 frames gameplay. That's really nice. I haven't gotten it myself just because I'm not really interested in playing through Xenoblade 1 again, even if the funny Xenoblade cart mode is there. So Xenoblade 1, you like all Switch 1 games, you can just play it on your Switch 2.
Yeah, it's
but it did recently get a Switch 2. Yeah, it just got a full upgrade to the Switch 2 with its Switch 2 edition patch. I think it costs $10.
I believe so.
But most people in the community agree, yeah, it's worth the upgrade.
I was thinking it was originally on the Wii U. Okay, so history lesson. Xenoblade 1 was originally on the Wii. That was the original version of the game. It got a version on the 3DS, and it also got a port on the Wii U. But then it also got the definitive edition on Switch in 2020.
Yeah. And that's the one that got the upgrade.
Yeah, the definitive edition was the one that got the upgrade.
Yeah. Xenoblade 1 Switch 2 has some frame rate issues from what I've heard. Okay. I haven't heard too much about I haven't really heard too much about frame rate issues. It's mostly just the occasional graphical hiccup. But I'll take your word for it, Galax, because I know you did like a big deep dive on that.
In our server.
So good to know. I do wonder whether you would say it's worth the $10 upgrade, because most sources that I've seen talk about the Xenoblade 1 Switch 2 edition upgrade, most sources I've seen say it's worth the upgrade. even with a few hiccups.
Oh yeah, the other big thing with that is voice heart to hearts.
I did not catch what you said. I'm sorry.
Voice heart to hearts.
Oh yes. All hearts to hearts are voiced, which is really, really nice. It was the only game in the series that did not have that, which is that's so cool that the whole cast came back to do that.
That's awesome. Yeah, and you can definitely tell like they've aged.
Yeah, but
So,
still, now
it
you
can
have
be a tad jarring, but
now you have the funny plant line voiced.
oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
But I know for
So-
sure, personally, I'm looking forward to. I'm curious about the Switch 2 version of Xenoblade 2 because that is a game I've been looking to do a replay of for a very long time.
Yeah.
Just to see if my
It's-
opinions have changed.
They are adding new things to it as well, also with Xenoblade 3's upgrade whenever that releases.
Yeah, that's like a
We
more
do
like
have a
a.
list of it. I don't remember what it is, but
I know for sure Xenoblade 2 is end of July.
yeah, Xenoblade 2 end of July, and Xenoblade 3 I think is only like end of this year, so
Yeah,
it's
they
a
don't
long
have
way away.
Yeah, they don't have a release date for that one yet.
Yeah, so like we'll probably talk about those when those happen because like we are Xenoblade fans here.
We will talk about Xenoblade.
I'm getting it. Galax says I'm getting it physical next month, so I'm not really putting my bone in. Just don't expect a smooth 4K 60 experience unless they update it or fix the FPS bugs. Okay, fair enough. I already knew that there was some graphical issues in some places, but that was the extent of the issues that I'd heard. Still, good to know. I will warn people though, the Xenoblade X definitive like Switch 2 release, that one got kind of bugged. By bugged I mean it's got smooth 60 frames. I'll give it that. That's really the only good thing it has though. Unfortunately, kind of neutered a lot of the graphics. I hate to say it, and I.
And
Yeah,
to be honest,
it's-
I am not interested in the X upgrade.
I wouldn't blame you. It sucks that happened though, and a lot of people think that those same problems with it are what's going on with the one definitive edition release. So I don't know. I hear people say that one's upgrade is worth it, but X's is not. So that's
Yeah,
it's funny to hear that when X's upgrade cost half the price of one's. Yeah. Where does Xenoblade X fall in the timeline? It doesn't.
It doesn't.
It doesn't. It doesn't. That's all I'm going to tell you. It does not fall in the timeline.
We are not getting into Xenoblade
And we are
spoilers
going-
here on stream. I will just
And we are
say,
going to move on.
all I'm going to say about Xenoblade, if you would like to get some more information, some more advice about Xenoblade, we do have a Discord server. A lot of people in that server really like Xenoblade, so if you want to get some opinions, some advice, definitely check out the link below. Come join us, come talk to us. We'd be more than happy to help you and talk with you.
Oh yeah. One of Steve's
Anyways.
first stream series on this channel was
Future Connected.
Was Future Connected, yeah.
Yeah.
The second campaign of Xenoblade 1.
One day I'll go back and play the full game because it is my favorite of all time.
Yeah.
I have to, but I'm saving it.
Oh, I meant, should I play X before 1?
No,
No, play 1
no.
first. No.
No. All right. Anyways, these are just some of the Switch 2 editions we wanted to highlight, but there's definitely a lot more. And let's just say third-party companies are a little odd.
Yeah,
them.
and I wanted to give a little bit of a rant on this. If
Okay.
that's all right.
That's
So-
fine. Just keep in mind of time right now.
Yeah, I'm looking at that. I'm going to keep it short. So, I like what Nintendo's doing with the Switch 2 editions. Minus Xenoblade. Xenoblade's having problems. But third parties, I don't know what they're doing. Some of the things that they're doing is kind of baffling. A lot of third-party games have Switch 1 versions, and they also have Switch 2 versions, but they don't have a way to upgrade from the Switch 1 version to the Switch 2 version. Some of them do, to be fair, like Trails First Chapter, but a lot of the big ones don't, and some examples I've got written down here. I already talked about Sonic X Shadow Generations, how that doesn't have it, but also the recently announced Sonic Frontiers Definitive Edition. There's no way for Switch 1 owners to just upgrade their game to get to get the Switch 2 stuff. You got to go out and buy a whole new copy of that game. Which
that sounds like just
really
like a
sucks.
big FU.
Yep, and they're not the only, Sega's not the only one who's done that, because I also wrote down in here Dragon Quest XI from Square Enix doing the same thing.
Yep.
Granted, I think the Switch 2 version costs less than 11.
Yeah, because I know
did
it's
on
getting
Switch
a
1.
dedicated Switch 2 version soon.
Yeah, it's getting a dedicated Switch 2 version, but there's no upgrade path from the Switch 1 version to the Switch 2 version, which, for one thing, sucks, because that means you're stuck getting a game key card, but for another thing sucks, I own the Switch 1 version. I was kind of hoping to be able to purchase an upgrade. No, I guess I'm just, if I ever get around to playing it, I'm just playing the Switch 1 version. Oh well.
Yeah. Okay, James, what is this about Hello Kitty Island Adventure?
I will get to that. So, like, I was wondering why this was the case. And, you know, my thought immediately landed on Switch 2 game cards are expensive. We've already talked about it. I'll be honest, I've played third-party games on other consoles. As previously, usually third-party games will go on sale, but not on the Switch. Yeah, that sounds about right. But anyway, I thought at first this had to do with the price of game, with the regular game cartridges on Switch 2, because we already know that those are expensive. And I felt like I looked at stuff like Sonic X Shadow Generations and Dragon Quest XI and saw, you know, they have game key card releases. So I thought at first that there might be some rule at Nintendo, like if you're going to have a Switch 2 edition of a Switch 1 game, I thought for a while that you had to make a full new physical cartridge release on the Switch 2 with their expensive game cards if you want to have the game with its upgrade together. I thought you had to have a full physical version there, and that Nintendo had some kind of rule in place for third parties to do that. But I was proven wrong about that. That is not the case, and the game that proved me wrong on that was Hello Kitty Island Adventure. That game has a Switch 2 version, a Switch 1 version, and also a way to upgrade from Switch 1 to Switch 2, which is really, really nice of those devs. There is, and what's interesting is there is no planned release of a physical version of Hello Kitty Island Adventure Switch 2. There's only the physical Switch 1, but you can upgrade either the physical or digital to get the official Switch 2 edition version. So my conclusion for this is not that Nintendo put in some stupid arbitrary rule, because they have been known to do that. But my conclusion is that companies like Sega and Square Enix are just trying to save a quick buck. Screw you. That is all. Rant over.
Alright. Next slide. Other Switch 2 upgrades. So, these are not Switch 2 editions. These are just older games that got an upgrade with the Switch 2. I know, that's confusing, but...
Yeah. This was really confusing upon launch, but it makes sense when you start delving into these games individually. So we'll use Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 as our starting point. I just want to read real quick. Galaxy says, I think they're just lazy and quick ports, solely focused on getting new players who have slight interest. Sonic Frontiers Definitive Edition looks pretty questionable and oh wow. You know, I didn't actually see the trailer for that. I just know it exists. So maybe I'll check that out.
Well, that one has been like rumored and leaked to all hell.
That is true. That is true. So anyway, the Galaxy games and their Switch 2 upgrade. It's a free patch. That's really all it is. It is a free patch, which is nice.
I think all of these on here are free patches.
Yeah, every single one of these are free patches. We separated them because these upgrades are just free.
They're so
are just
minor.
free or naturally available, and some of them aren't even upgrades at all, as we'll talk about later. But Galaxy 1 and 2 specifically was a patch. Granted, it did release on the Switch 1 at the same time, but point is, I like its upgrade. It gave us, as well as Mario Odyssey, gave us upscaled 4K visuals. And you know, I'm wondering about this. Are there any other Switch 1 games that got 4K upscale patches for free, like not as a Switch 2 edition?
I don't know
I'm curious,
off the
'cause I
top of
think-
my head.
I think the Mario games are the only ones that got that, which is really cool, but also I wish more of them got it.
Bias.
Yeah. And then I also wanted to bring up Age of Calamity, because I did replay that game on Switch 2, and that game is actually playable now on Switch 2. Yay.
Thank God.
Age of Imprisonment runs better, but it's still playable.
Which is still saying something.
Yeah, a whole bunch of games got these free upgrades at launch. I'm just wondering if any of them got, like, a 4K upscale. Because as far as I'm aware, other games that got free patches at launch, like Echoes of Wisdom or the Link's Awakening remake, I don't think those upscale to 4K. I could be wrong, but I don't think they do. Yeah. Speaking of free great patches, DK Country did get a free update, but it did not get upscaled. It's stuck at 1080p, even on Switch 2. But speaking of free upgrades,
case.
yeah. Speaking of free upgrades that like completely change perceptions of games, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
Oh yeah, that was one that you were like, if this didn't happen, you would not have played that game.
I just, for those who don't know, I played Pokemon Scarlet for the first time earlier this year on Switch 2. And the reason why I avoided playing it, I got it for Christmas that year because, it was popular and people knew that I play games like Pokemon, so I got it that year for Christmas.
The horrors.
It was just,
the
it was sitting on
horrors.
my shelf for years, and because I'd seen videos online of all the horrors of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet.
I experienced some of the horrors.
Yeah, because you played it at launch. I feel bad for you.
Well, then again, I don't like this game, so... Then again, I have not been very happy with modern Pokemon for a while.
Yeah.
Again,
And I don't blame you.
if you want my general opinions, we did a discussion on the Pokemon's 30th anniversary. Go listen to us babble about that.
Oh yeah. So, but I did just want to bring up, I played it earlier this year, and I gotta say, after seeing how it ran on Switch 1 and looking at it on Switch 2, it's night and day. The game actually is fun to play, which is shocking to hear. I genuinely enjoyed my time playing that game. It ran at a locked 60 frames per second. I never saw frame rate dips, that's unheard of in a Pokemon release. Let's be honest here. I've been burnt out of Pokemon mid-quality. Yeah, and you know what? I don't blame you, especially
I don't
given
blame you
Scarlet
either.
and Violet's release.
I really don't blame you.
Yeah. Scarlet and Violet still have problems, but that's just problems due to due to like it being a modern Pokemon release. As it is on Switch 2, I genuinely enjoyed my time playing that game, and it ran beautifully. I'm telling you guys, it is a night and day difference. That is, to be honest, I'm surprised they didn't charge money for that upgrade. I am genuinely surprised they did not charge money for that, with just how drastic of a difference it is. It just shocks me.
They also tripled the spawn rates. Yeah, that is true.
Yeah, they tripled the spawn rates, but that still didn't cause any lag, as far as I saw in my playthrough. And I played it for like a good 50 hours. That's
Yeah,
how
you
long I
played
spent
for
with
a
it.
good while.
Yeah.
Not counting DLC.
No, I haven't even touched the DLC. I haven't even bought the DLC. I'm still on the fence on that. The price is the one thing that's scaring me away from that.
Yeah, I would say maybe reach out to Mike for some advice on that.
Yeah. I don't know. I'll think about it later when I'm in a Pokemon mood, but not right now.
Yeah.
But-
Hi, Robot Wizard.
Good to see you, Robot Wizard. Maybe it was some way of saying sorry about the buggy launch.
Maybe.
I mean, that's fair. I feel like there would have been a better way to compensate, but still, I'm glad and genuinely shocked that they put as much. Well, okay, I don't know how much work they actually put into Scarlet and Violet's Switch 2 upgrade. But A, it's free, and B, it looked like a lot of work because it runs so well.
Yeah.
So, well done. For once, I will give a golf clap to Game Freak.
All right. Time for the golf clap. Where is the golf club? I have to scroll all the way down.
I forgot that you have that email. That
You
save.
have it
Good
too. It's a default soundboard.
God. I you guys know this about me. I don't really use the Discord soundboard.
I find it fun.
Yeah.
Anyways, we're just gonna lightly touch on these last few, but some other games that had some mild enhancements, Mario Odyssey and Echoes of Wisdom. I know we talked about Mario Odyssey earlier. I know Echoes of Wisdom got like a few quality of life changes, and I know you were gonna show
Mostly
me.
stable frame rate.
You were gonna show me eventually.
And that's one of those. It didn't. I don't think. No, it did receive a patch. Actually, it did receive a patch on launch. But the biggest thing was stable frame rate. It also added a few other things, but that stuff was also added to the Switch 1 version, so that doesn't really count.
Yeah. And then we kind of lightly touched upon this, but there were a few games that do have support for 120 FPS. Those being Meet the Hollower, Hollow Knight Silk Song, and Hades 2, which we talked about before. The sheer fact that this system can do it is wild.
Wild, absolutely. There are others, but those are the three that came to mind because, hey, they're big indie titles.
Yeah, and I've noticed it's a lot of the indie titles.
There's been a couple. I know East 10 Nordics has 120 frames on Switch too.
Okay.
That's the only non-indie title that I can think of at the moment, right? That has it though.
Interesting. Anyways, with all of that being said, we're gonna cut for a later than usual break. So, in a few minutes, we'll be right back with our Nintendo Direct discussions. So everything from this point on is just the future of the Switch 2.
We've talked about the past, now we talk
next.
about the future.
Yep. So, we'll be back in a few minutes with some more yapping from us. So please enjoy some music from Super Mario 3D World. Bowser's Fury.
Yeah. Oh well.
Yeah, we're
see you guys in a
that
bit.
far in the playlist now. Alright, so
Oh, wow.
we'll be back. Hello, everybody. I am back from my break.
Yep.
I got
Just
myself.
in time.
I got a snack.
Nice. Happened to come back at the same time. Nice.
That's usually never happens.
Yeah. I refilled my water and also got myself a cough drop because we are talking a lot tonight.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I got some chips.
Nice.
Went to the bathroom and you got some chips.
Nice.
All
Let's
right.
see, what are people talking about? Will the future be redeemed? Well, about that, Galax. Matthew says, I think Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave is the only game I'm currently looking forward to, hoping that they will hype something up that I haven't heard of before. That's fair. That's fair. Hey, as long as there's something. Galax says,
Yep.
October's really packed for me. New Final Fantasy game looks great. Yeah. Speaking of games and games that are coming soon, shall we get back into it?
Yep. So this is going to be our official discussion of the Nintendo Direct. I hope you guys have been waiting for this, because I know I've gotten so many questions about this. So I'm finally glad that we can take the gloves off. So,
Yeah.
future releases for 2026.
There's a lot, actually.
There is a lot. And unfortunately, I could not fit all of these into this PowerPoint. So, oops.
Whoops. Oh, well.
Nintendo, stop giving us good shit. Also, I think I
Oh, no, we're
microwaved. I think I microwaved these too long.
Oh. I'll just wait for them to cool. We have to, and you know what? That's a good problem to have. I would rather a console have too many games to play than not enough.
Looking at you, PS5.
God knows I've. Oh yeah, good. I wasn't gonna bring up the PS5. I was gonna bring up launch 3DS. 'Cause, like that first year had almost nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go down the list, starting with a game that releases in 3 hours.
Orbitals is Nintendo published, apparently.
So okay, no, it's not Nintendo published. This slide is this slide is for exclusive games coming this year.
Mm-hmm.
Spoiler alert: the 2027 one includes the Dustbloods.
Yes.
But yeah, Orbitals is a Switch 2 exclusive. Some people do not seem to realize that. I had to tell that to my cousin the other day because he saw Orbitals and was excited for it. He's like, at least he had the Switch 2 so he could play it.
Yeah.
So yeah. So we'll get down to that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're talking about the exclusives, starting with, and people. To be fair, people do associate exclusive on a Nintendo console, then they expect it to just be Nintendo games.
Mm-hmm.
There's been some exceptions though. So, but let's get started with Star Fox.
Yep.
What are we thinking on Star Fox?
I'm not interested.
Yeah, and that's okay.
Star Fox is not my cup of tea.
Yeah, I mean, well, you did. I think you said you enjoyed Kid Icarus Uprising.
Yeah, I did.
And the flying stages of that game are basically just Star Fox games.
With better controls, I assume.
I think Star Fox would have. Yeah, Star Fox is not touchscreen. Is Star Fox touchscreen? Does it have a touchscreen control? I genuinely wonder now. I didn't even think about that.
I don't know. Anyways, move on.
Wouldn't that be funny? But no, I'm interested in Star Fox. I am picking it up. I think my copy is going to arrive sometime next week. Thank you, Amazon, for being late on delivery. But thank you,
Amazon. Fuck you, Amazon.
Isn't it just a remake of Star Fox 64, which is a remake of the SNES game?
Yeah.
So, about that, Matthew, do I make this funnier?
Just say yes, because it is.
It is, yes. But,
50% of the entire series is just a remake of the original.
Yeah. Yeah. Star Fox on the Switch 2 is a reimagined remake of Star Fox Zero on the Wii U, which itself is a remake of Star Fox 64 on the 3DS, which itself is a remake of Star Fox 64 on the Nintendo 64, which itself is a remake of Star Fox on the SNES. So by technicality, yes. And yes, those 5 games are the same game. Same story, okay. Same
Make
scenario.
this stream funny. Oh my god.
Wait, that's what I just did.
Thank you,
Yes.
James.
Yes, the half of the Star Fox series is just the same game. Isn't that funny? So yes, it is a
Why
remake
the
of
hell?
64.
Like, my thing is, why the hell do they keep getting away with this?
I mean, I'll tell you why. It's because they thought, oh hey, let's bring back an old series and start with a remake of a very popular game in that series. Which coincidentally means that this is the second year since 2011 that we've gotten a remake of Star Fox 64 and Ocarina of Time in the same year. Whoops.
I find that funny. History is
Yeah.
repeating itself, guys. For better or for worse.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm interested in the Star Fox game. I have played exactly one Star Fox game before, and that was Star Fox Zero on the Wii U. Very interesting point to start. In that, I do not recommend people play that game. I'm gonna be honest. It's just really weird. I'm glad
It's
to
odd.
finally be. I'm glad to finally play a Star Fox game that doesn't control like ass. It looks very pretty. The Wii U game looks very pretty. Not as good as the Switch 2 game, but the Wii U game looks very pretty. That's all it's got going for it, though.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on Ocarina of Time on the 3DS, yeah. Star Fox hasn't blown up yet. Yeah. I mean, how many copies? I wonder what the total of all versions of Star Fox 64, how much those have
I
sold.
do think, though, since the Mario Galaxy movie did come out recently, and Fox it being in that, spoiler alert, it might help sell this remake.
Yeah. I definitely think so.
Yep.
Will this lead to future games or maybe a remake of Star Fox 2? Who knows?
Mm-hmm.
I doubt it. Well, I doubt the remake part. Maybe a future game, but I doubt the remake part.
Yeah. Anyways.
Yeah.
Moving right
what
along.
What do we got next?
Rhythm Heaven Groove. We're not going to talk much about this. This is what I'm more interested in. It's neat that the series is coming back. That's it. That's all I really gotta say on it. It's cool.
My only comment on this is I wonder if this is going to be the last Nintendo published Switch 1 game.
Oh yeah.
I genuinely wonder if that's
That is a question.
It's going to be the last one.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Because I distinctly remember on the 3DS they had the Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story remake released in like 2019, 2 years after the Switch released.
Mm-hmm.
The first year I get.
Gee, I wonder why it didn't sell well.
Yeah. Fun fact: Concord sold better than that remake.
Oh my god!
that fact courtesy of Trevor Conroy. Anyway, shall we move on?
Mm-hmm. And here's a big one for the both of us: Splatoon Raiders. I know you're excited for this. I'm still a little hesitant, so I'm waiting on the direct next week.
Yeah, anybody who just takes one look at my Discord PNG as you're seeing right here on stream can guess I am very excited for this game.
Yes.
To the point where I've already pre-ordered it. I'm excited to the point where I'm not going to be watching that direct. I just want the game in my hands. I don't want to know anything more about it. I want to be surprised.
I want to watch the direct because I want more information because I'm not entirely sold yet.
Mm-hmm. And that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
It is. You can definitely tell it's definitely a spin-off of the Splatoon series, mostly because it doesn't have the classic turf war battling modes. It doesn't have the classic multiplayer. Yeah. It does have a form of multiplayer. Not sure how that works, and you know what? They're probably going to go into that in the direct.
I hope so.
I'd still rather not know about that till it launches.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it.
Okay. Yep. And then next up on our list is Orbitals, which you talked a little bit about before. That game, I think, caught both of our interests. Mm-hmm.
It's a really nice, like 90s style. Well, it looks like a 90s style anime. That's its real selling point.
Like 90s, 80s. I think more
somewhere around
80s.
There. Okay. It looks really nice, and it does seem. I think it's like an over the shoulder shooter. But a little more than that.
It's kind of like It Takes Two or something like that, or Split Fiction.
Yeah. Yeah, something like that. Although it is, I think it's a single player game mostly, but it does have multiplayer.
Mhm.
And now that I think about it, didn't they say it's also Switch? It also uses the game share thing.
I believe so.
Which, if so, great. We need more games that do that.
Yes.
Please, for the love of God.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm interested in this game. I don't know if I'm gonna pick it up at launch.
I more want to wait and see what people think about the game before buying it.
Yeah, I might consider getting it for launch just because we'll get into this later, but Walmart and Amazon have been doing the price matching thing that allows us to get physical games for the digital price. So I might get it just to get a physical copy for a discounted price.
Mhm.
That's the only thing I'm considering about it, though.
That's fair. Okay. This one I gotta talk about. Because this is something
Yeah, you want to talk
I'm
a decent bit
interested.
about.
I am interested in
Yeah.
this one. So, this next one is Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave, the next Fire Emblem game. Few things with this. One, it's a sequel game to my favorite Fire Emblem game, Three Houses. Oh my god. Like, no, it's confirmed now. This is a sequel. This is like the same universe.
Little side note, while I'm not interested in the game personally, I did see a funny meme that just went, fans before the direct. Nintendo's going to announce that we're going to get a sequel called Fire Emblem Four Houses.
Oh my
After
god.
the direct, we were right. Holy shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a sequel
although-
game? Yes, it's in the same universe and everything. It's like 300 years in the future.
Yeah, same universe. I don't think we're gonna have too many of the same characters. I mean, we did see
So this.
Yes, I was just gonna call her funny green-haired lady voiced by Morgana.
Yeah. But, okay, the big weird thing I don't like about this one, the release date.
Oh yes, you get to tell them about this. Holy crap.
So this game is coming out September 17th, 2026. For my Trails fans in chat, that is the same day second chapter comes out.
Oh boy.
So if you're a fan of Fire Emblem and Trails, I'm sorry, you're screwed.
Yep, September 17th. It is the exact same day as Trail's second chapter. Holy shit.
Yeah. So
Also,
I'm in a
Galax
little
is
bit
correct.
of a pickle.
Galax is correct. We're gonna have another 5 years of Three Houses discourse.
Oh hell yeah, my favorite. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I'm kidding, but even still, I'm just like, oh my god, this has just put me in such a weird position. But I'm just saying,
What are you gonna play first?
Trails.
Are you gonna play a remake of one of your favorite? Okay.
Trails. I told you
wasn't
this.
expecting-
Trails.
Fair enough. Trails
I
is
don't
getting
know-
that spot.
I don't know if I want to play Trails, like, well, okay. I don't know how to tackle these two games. I'm not fully sold on Fortune's Weave. I'm interested in playing it, but I'm not, like, 100% like, oh yes, I need to buy this day one, like I was with Three Houses.
I do have a question, though, because, like, the Three Houses discourse, funny meme activate.
Yeah, it's a funny meme.
But it's gotten me thinking about something, and I'm genuinely curious. Would Three Houses benefit from a Switch 2 edition?
To be honest, maybe.
Maybe, okay. What do you mean by that?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I think
Fair
the
enough.
game.
Not...
I think the game runs fine in normal gameplay, but when you're in the monastery, whoo boy, the poppin', it gets a little laggy.
So they could touch up that at least.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe do you think maybe they go the like for Kirby on the Forgotten Land route, and maybe like there's a side campaign or something that you can do or something
Oh
like
God,
that?
please, no more, no more, no more content.
You have played through, I believe, every single route that game has to offer.
Yes, over 200 hours of my life.
The last of which was shown on stream.
Yup. That was an older series though, so watch at your own risk.
Galax says just needs a resolution buff. Yeah,
Yeah, I
mean
agree.
that's what I was thinking too, like resolution and Fire Emblem cart. Let's do it. Why not? You race around Garakbak Monastery for funsies.
Dimitri is going to kill every last one of them. He's gonna be Dimitriing all over the place. Anyways,
goddamn.
I was actually more laughing.
So funny.
I was laughing at Miss Coleman.
Oh no, that's fair. Too long already. Please no, that's fair as well.
Yeah, we're tired. We're both tired of that game. We love that game, but
I would not have thought that Xenoblade would get a kart racer mode, but no, it got it. So Fire Emblem is logically next. If it's not going to be in a three,
Xenocar happened, so why not?
Exactly. Robot Wizard gets it. It's. I'm telling you, if they're not gonna do a Switch 2 edition of Three Houses and
I love how the Fire
Emblem
Emblem fans. I love how the two Fire Emblem fans in like the collective right now are just like, please no more, and then everybody else is just and everyone else is just like, yes.
It's funny, and I'm telling you, if they're not gonna do it with a Switch 2 edition. And you know what? I'm going to predict this now. It's okay if I'm wrong because I'm not playing the game. But I think it'd be so funny if Fortune's Weave has a kart racer mode. And Gage has a Star Fox minigame, so it's not too far off. It's possible.
Oh dear. Anyways.
Oh jeez.
Let's move on from Fortune's Weave.
Yeah.
Let's talk about
Let's move on.
Nintendo Switch Sports Resort.
Yeah. And I will. Yeah.
Man, that
you
game. That game was definitely a Rickroll.
It's a game.
That was a Rickroll.
I will be honest.
Because I saw Woohoo Island. I was like, oh my god, and then we saw the sports mates and we're like, oh. Never mind.
They're doing it again. I will be honest here. I am actually interested in this game.
Okay.
I'm not sure if I'm going to pick it up, but I am considering it. Mostly because,
I mean, to be honest, I'm a little concerned just because the original one just kind of crashed and burned.
The original Wii Sports Resort, you mean? Yeah.
No. It's the original Nintendo's, like the Nintendo Switch Sports. That one just kind of crashed. No. Not sales-wise.
No, it did not.
I am not talking sales-wise. Player-base-wise.
Player-base-wise or not, it's still a popular game.
Yeah, but I'm still saying, like, most of, like, it just died off very quickly.
Well, discussion about it online died off pretty quickly. Mm-hmm. That said, though, it still does get sales, and, like, okay, let me put it this way.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people were wondering for a while, why is Switch Sports Resort happening? And the simple answer is money. That's really it.
It made money, yeah.
Yeah, Switch Sports Resorts on Switch Sports on Switch 1 sold really, really well. And I did some research on this. I'm gonna give you guys some shocking numbers about this because I was genuinely surprised about this. So, Switch Sports on Switch 1 sold 18.32 million copies. And it is currently the 11th best-selling Nintendo Switch game. Keep in mind, this is the console with games like Breath of the Wild and stuff. It is the 11th best-selling game on that console. And I've got some games with similar numbers to give you comparison. Switch Sports sold more than Mario Wonder. Mario Wonder sold 17.4 million.
Mm-hmm.
it sold more than Splatoon 2, the most popular Splatoon game, which sold 13.6 million, and it sold more than Pokemon Legends Arceus.
Which, by the way, that was the last stream game I played.
And many people consider to be the best modern Pokemon game. There's definitely discussion there, but it's a great game.
Genma brings
But
up an
Switch-
interesting point. Nintendo Switch
Switch
Sports
Sports,
also
yeah.
had one of the worst online ever. The disconnects were so bad, which sucks because that game is so reliant on online.
I was not aware of that.
Yeah. Just because
good
the
to
way
know.
that game was built, or like just how it was done, you had to play it online.
And you know the funny thing about this, for a while at least, people were keeping up with Switch Sports because it did the live service thing. It did what we said. It kept adding content, not just in the form of like cosmetics and stuff, but they added sports to the game later on.
True, yeah.
Like what we were talking before about Sonic Racing Cross World, it did that. That's part of why it got so popular for a while. Hi, Michael. Good to see you.
Hi, Michael. All right. I'm not
How we doing?
entirely sold on it. To be honest with you.
And that's all right. I'm not entirely sold either, but like, I did wish for a while that I had like one of those wacky party I was considering picking up Switch Sports on Switch 1 just as a wacky party game to play offline, but now that this exists and it's bringing back my favorite mode from Wii Sports Resort, which is the plane, the island flyover.
Yes, the plane.
I am considering picking this up, like genuinely considering it.
How are we doing today? We are doing good. Thank you for asking. We are rambling a lot. Okay.
We are chatting a lot about the Nintendo
Shall
Direct
we
that happened a
talk
few weeks
about
ago.
the big one now?
Yes, the big one
The
now.
big one.
Ocarina of Time.
Yes. Unfortunately, this has been rumored and everything, so it lost a little bit of its mystique, but it's real. It's happening. We are getting a remake of Ocarina of Time. And I have talked to Genma about this because...
Oh, hi there. Ocarina of Time remake, let's go, baby!
God damn you! Ah!
That was Genma, ladies and gentlemen.
There is
Distracting
so
us as
much
usual.
I want to say right now, but I cannot. I have to hold back.
That was funny. Anyways, let's bring us back.
I want to kick his ass.
Michael brings up a comment. Something tells me that the Ocarina of Time remake will have full voice acting, and you know what? I hope that's correct.
Anyways, before I was interrupted by a certain samurai in my chat, and got my ears blasted out. Thank you, asshole. I was going to say, I am concerned for this remake, because this game has a huge legacy to live up to. The original Ocarina of Time basically changed a ton of things in terms of gaming and just how, like, all that was done. It changed so much of gaming, and its effects can still be felt today in so many spots.
Yeah. Say what you will about Breath of the Wild being a departure, it still would not exist without Ocarina of Time.
Exactly. And it's just a cultural zeitgeist of a game as well.
Well, yes. Yeah, I don't think you quite used that word right, but that's okay. People know what you mean. It is a super important game.
Yes.
So how are they going to handle the remake?
That's why I'm
We don't know.
concerned about this game, because it has such big shoes to fill.
I'm still looking forward to it, even despite all that. But I do share the same concerns that you do. For one, I'm worried about the gameplay because I do want them to change up the gameplay. at least a little bit. But I don't want them to change it up too. I don't want it to just be Breath of the Wild combat. I want it to be like
I know.
I want it to be similar, but like a little different.
I know some concerns I heard from some people where it was just going to be like Breath of the Wild style.
And like, I wouldn't mind like, a Hyrule Field I wouldn't mind like, well, okay, first of all, we know this is not made in the Breath of the Wild engine. This looks very different from anything that's being put. At least I'm pretty sure it's not. I could have sworn I read somewhere that they said it's not.
I don't. As far as I'm aware, we don't know.
Bring back motion controls.
Oh my god.
I don't know about that one. My hype screaming aside, yeah, no, as someone that has Ocarina of Time my favorite game of all time, I'm pretty darn concerned. I'll just have to wait.
Yeah.
I have to play it, I guess. I feel like, so as much as we have all these concerns, they are very valid. We can go back and forth on it. I do think that we are going to have one more direct before Ocarina of Time releases. It's probably going to be in September, because that's when Nintendo has its two big directs of the year, always in June and September. So we're going to expect one in September, and I think that's when we're going to hear that's when we're going to get a big blowout about Ocarina of Time remake. Not big blowout. I just want to know, what are they doing with this? We need to know more before it
Give
releases.
us gameplay.
Yes, we do need gameplay. I'm still probably gonna play it because I'm a sucker for Zelda games.
Me too. I mean, I played Ocarina of Time. Why not? I'm not gonna have the nostalgia factor going into this because I'm a more recent fan of Zelda, but it's still like I am curious because this is a game I have played.
Yeah. Both of us played the 3DS version. And
Genma
I
grew up
enjoyed
with
it.
the original. I need to preface that.
Again, grew up with the original. C and I played the 3DS versions. Really, this is a remake of the 3. Oh, you're making it's because I said the same thing about Star Fox.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Bring the joke back.
But yeah, we're concerned, but also excited. We need to see it again.
We're looking at this one with caution.
Yeah, with caution. But like I said, it's likely we're going to see it in September with their next direct. So,
anyways,
look forward to that. I hope it is good, and I hope they do it justice.
Oh yeah, I agree. All right, time for future releases for 2027 and beyond. We're probably gonna go over these a little bit more quicker pace, just because we don't have a lot of information and things to say about these, because these are still new.
Yeah, brand new. Like we'll go ahead and start talking about Xenoblade Genesis. This was revealed at this direct, and holy shit, the reveal was awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited. I don't know about you. More Xenoblade goodness?
Oh,
yeah. Take my money, Monolith!
Even if it's $80, we'll get to that later. It looks really good.
Monolith Soft is a company I would give all my money to.
Jeez.
What? They made Peak.
Oh yes, that's right. Matthew, if you're curious about Xenoblade Genesis, it looks to be a brand new start for. It looks to be like the start of a new arc.
Let me add to this.
That's what we're guessing it's going to be.
Let me add to this as well. They did specify that the arc or the saga that was 1, 2, and 3 and its DLC and added campaigns is done. That is done. Yes, and they had already talked about wanting to do 3 more games afterward. So I'm not sure about
3 more, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I know they were talking about doing something else under the Xenoblade moniker. They weren't done with it yet. So this is most likely it. Yeah.
And I doubt there's going to be for those who don't know, Xenoblade 1, 2, and 3 very neatly. It's a trilogy. Play those games, in that order. A very neat trilogy. This looks to be something new. You could theoretically start here, from what I can tell. Xenoblade 1 is already out, and to Matthew, I would still recommend that you play Xenoblade 1 first. But this game looks great, and it looks like it can be a new starting point for new fans. That being said, though, if Fire Emblem didn't get its release date in this direct, this also would have started the Fire Emblem discourse, because I don't know about you, but some of the character designs definitely do remind me of Fire Emblem.
Yeah,
In a good
I
way.
was definitely getting some Three Houses vibes. Did that jerk off come back again?
No, is he here?
No, I swear I heard his voice.
I
think
unless I said something.
You might have said something in his like tone, and it
I don't
tripped
know.
me up. It tripped me
It's
up
alright.
real bad.
All right. But yeah, very, very excited for Xenoblade Genesis. We need to see more, and also, I think I said this on Blue Sky, but I'll say it again. This looks to be a very early trailer, like a very early concept trailer.
Teaser,
Reason why I say that is because we did not have English voice acting in this trailer. It was all in Japanese. Obviously, the game will be localized in English.
Although I say would not be showing it to us.
No. The last time they showed a trailer that was spoken in Japanese for a Xenoblade game was Xenoblade 2's first trailer, and we know shortly after that they had another trailer that you could tell was from a very different build of the game, much more similar to the final one that we got. So I think I think the game is gonna look a little different, probably most likely even better than what it already is. We're gonna get another trailer for this game before it releases. When that happens, that will be awesome.
Yep. Alright, one that we're not necessarily big fans of, but still want to mention it because it is a Switch 2 exclusive, and the sheer fact that this is a Switch 2 exclusive is insane. Duskbloods. It's cool. It's cool for Dark Souls fans. Not my cup of tea.
We're not really Souls gamers, but nice work to.
This is still a big release.
Oh yeah.
From Software.
Yeah,
if you were trying to find a name, From Software.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, nice work to From Software. I tip my hat to you, even if I'm not going to buy your game. I'm sorry.
And that's okay. All right, next one is Pokemon Winds and Waves.
All right, what are we thinking about this game? Because we've only seen the one trailer from a few months ago.
A quality jump. I need to see more.
I agree. We definitely need to see more of this game. Yeah, it's a great start, and we are still over a year away from its release because it's most likely releasing holiday 2027. That's when it's most likely releasing. So we need to see more.
It's playing the vocal song from Forgotten Land. I have to change it real quick. Oh god.
Oh well.
Oh god.
Okay,
Oh god.
chat.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Oh god. Okay, there we go.
We talk over the copyrighted part.
Yes.
There we go. All right, we good.
Yes, you're good. It seems people are bummed out about no Ace or Kenji Hiramatsu this time for Genesis.
Oh yeah, I know Ace did a lot. Yeah.
Ace did a lot. I mean, it could just be like they just want to go for a different vibe this time around.
Yeah.
It's like I get it that like game series want to keep composer like consistency, but it's also just you need to remember as well, things could have changed, or they just want to go for a different vibe that those composers just can't catch.
Yeah, and that's fair.
And that's okay.
Yeah, they went for a different vibe when switching from Xenoblade X to 2. I think it worked out. Many Xenoblade fans would skin me alive for saying that, but I think it worked out. Yeah. Okay. But talking back on Pokemon Winds and Waves, I do agree with Michael. God, I hope they have voice acting.
Yeah, because that was one of my biggest issues with ZA. And I know, when we were playing Arceus, we were like, why was this not voice acted? Why was this not voice acted?
There are some great scenes in Arceus. Like, I bring up the funny Frenchman, but anytime he appeared, come on, we need a voice for him.
You know what also sucked? And I feel so bad for you. there were so many cutscenes, you had to keep talking back and forth with yourself because there's so many major male characters in that game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's all right. I'm all right. I'm all right for that. I still had a good time. But that being said,
But
the
I
only
felt
reason
so
that we did
bad.
that,
I felt so bad. But I know the reason why we did that was we wanted to get some entertainment value.
but also we wanted to do what Game Freak didn't give us voice acting.
Right.
It may not have been the best quality voice acting. I may have confused a few of my accents, but it was still voice acting.
Yes.
Come on, Game Freak. Winds and Waves deserves it. And like Alex says, they have proven tropical Pokemon regions are peak.
Mm-hmm.
So it looks great. Add voice acting. That's like a huge thing that you need. After
They're
that,
so far
gameplay
behind.
polish, and that's it.
They're so far behind on that. What region is Wind and Waves going to be set in?
Oh yeah.
We don't know specifically, but it's seeming like a South Asian vibe. Southeast Asian vibe.
Yeah, the current rumor going around is that it is based on either the Philippines or Indonesia. Which
we have not
is,
seen a map of the region yet, so we can't say for sure.
Yeah. But it would be really neat.
Which is very funny for me, because when Scarlet and Violet got revealed, I clocked that it was Spain immediately, just from the architecture of the buildings.
Nice. I would like it to be based on the Philippines because for those who don't know, I've said this before. I'm half Filipino, so I've got some culture connections there.
Yeah, I think that would be great for you.
Southeast Asia, yes, SEA, yeah.
Yep.
Somewhere around there.
Yes.
But we don't know for sure yet. That's just the current speculation.
Mm-hmm. So this one we're keeping an eye on. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Last one. And I'm gonna tell you guys straight up: do not expect this game to be coming out next year. If it does,
No.
If it does, then you can come back to this and be like, "Oh, she did this. You were wrong." You can
leave a comment on the VOD.
You can come yell at me when I play a caged game on stream again, whenever that will be. Anyways, I'm just gonna say this straight up: this game is not coming out this next year, just because we have FF7 Revelation coming out. And for those of you
Kingdom
who
Hearts
don't
4.
know, that same team also works on Cage.
Yep, it's the same team doing the Final Fantasy remake, the Final Fantasy VII trilogy.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, they're also working on Kingdom Hearts 4. Man, they are busy. Holy cow!
They are busy. But I'm looking forward to this. The sheer fact, though, that we got new footage of KH4 in this direct, made me and Genma flip our craps. Because we, like you, me, him, and a bunch of our other friends, we watched all of this together and we're just like, what?
You can see that reaction too if you would like. It's on the channel.
It's on both of our channels.
Yeah.
One has face cam, the other doesn't.
I will say, while I'm not that into Kingdom Hearts at the moment, I do agree. Given Kingdom Hearts history, it's pretty wild that this KH4 trailer showed up in the Nintendo Direct as opposed to the Sony one. So, wow.
Yeah, or even at Summer Games Fest.
Oh yeah, or that. I would have thought it'd be there too.
Yeah, though I think, well, I mean, they used FF7 as their last game, so.
That is true. They had FF7 already, so like, you know what, you got that.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to this. I just wish they weren't drip feeding, but that's how they are.
Galax is correct though. They are giving Switch players time to play through the games.
Yeah, true, because those are getting natively ported now, and they're not cloud.
Yeah, but they're game key cards. Well, except for Kingdom Hearts 1.5 and 2.5. I think that's
which is a majority of the series.
Yeah, that is a true physical on Switch 1.
Mm-hmm. Which again, that is a majority of the series. The only things that would be game key card are 2.8 and 3.
And 3. Yep.
Which is only
still sucks.
2 things. Which would be Dream Drop Distance and 3.
Yeah.
Anyways, here are some third-party games that got announced during the Direct that we're excited for. We're not going to talk about these as much, just because, well, one time, and 2,
Mhm.
they're kind of little footnotes that were like, oh, okay, this is nice.
I mean, there's metaphor.
Yeah, I'm excited for Metaphor to finally be on the Switch so you can play it. So I really like that game.
I haven't even gotten around to purchasing and or playing Persona 3 Reload. I'm waiting for that one to go on a decent sale, and I feel like Metaphor is even farther off than that.
Yeah, though Atlas usually has good sales.
No, there was not a new 3D Mario in this direct, unfortunately. It's probably happening eventually, just not now. The 3D Mario team did just release Bonanza last year, so like I think we're still a couple years off from 3D Mario.
Plus, also we got the Mario Galaxy ports.
I don't think that was entirely them though, but
yeah. But still,
okay.
We've got our Mario fill lately.
Yeah. Other games worth talking about. I'm excited for Final Fantasy 14, mostly because I have a ton of friends that play it, and now I'm gonna play it and sacrifice at least a month of my life to it.
Oh boy.
I say a month intentionally because I'm probably gonna try it on launch, but then I'm gonna stop when Trail Second Chapter releases.
That's fair. Oh yeah, it's coming out next month, isn't it?
Yep.
Oh no, poor Galax.
A month too early. I really hope I don't have to buy the expansion. I know they did put out a press release about that, but I do not know how that works. You're gonna have to look that up, Galax.
Yeah,
they did put out something about that.
I have the game on PC. I haven't played it yet, only because I am just saying, if I touch that game, goodbye. Goodbye. It was nice
goodbye
knowing.
Free time.
Goodbye. It was nice knowing all of you. I thought.
Yeah, 14's an MMO.
It
Yep,
is.
you are correct, Matthew. It is still coming though.
Yep. But another nicher one that I was kind of excited for, Muramasa, the Demon Blade, as its original title was called. It's now called Muramasa Revenant Blades. This is a port of a game that was stuck on the Wii and PS Vita, made by Vanillaware, which were the same people that made 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim, a game I really like,
guys.
and Unicorn Overlord.
Yeah.
So, I am looking forward to that. That is when I'm like, alright, I wasn't expecting this.
Yeah, a game that was once trapped on the Vita, well, not really trapped because it's also on the Wii, but once trapped on the Vita is now being freed again.
Yes. And then we get another one of the Tales remasters in Eternia. So, awesome.
Mhm.
Another
We have a lot of
Tales
Tales fans we have a lot of Tales fans in our circle, so just wanted to give them a shout out. It does look interesting. It does look interesting to see this remaster. Cool that it's coming. That's about it.
Yeah. And then we have a few Miracle ports here on the bottom that were just like, oh, alright. Devil May Cry 5, Dragon's Dogma 2, and Stellar Blade.
Yeah. I just wanted to talk a little bit about them. Something I found out recently. Apparently, Devil May Cry 5 attempts to reach it. It has 120 frame mode.
Oh, really?
It doesn't do a good job of reaching it, but it does attempt to reach 120.
I mean,
frames.
That game is very intense.
So, yeah, which is why that surprised me to find out. It doesn't do a good job of reaching 120 frames, but it does have that mode on. Basically, it has an uncapped frame rate and it goes above 60, very for a decent chunk of it. So nice. Yeah, but yeah, Stellar Blade looks interesting. Cool that it was a PS5 exclusive before it came to to Switch 2.
Correct. Yeah. Well, okay, it was on PC. It was on PC.
Oh right, I forgot about that. Also, Dragon's Dogma 2. I just bring it up because I've got a couple friends that like it, and they were excited to find out that it's getting DLC called Dark Arisen. Because I thought that was just a subtitle of the game. No, it's actually it's a DLC edition that is launching with the launch of the Switch 2 version. So nice for those fans. Well done.
All right, and I think we're on our last two slides here. This one we're also gonna maybe power through because of time reasons. We will try our best. So, predictions and hopes for the future. Let's get the elephant out of the room first, guys. Let's talk about that price.
Yeah.
You have things you want to say about the price. I will let you do it.
well, not really say, but I kind of wanted to give us comparison points before we chat about it. So as of right now, the Switch 2 currently costs $450, but it's going to go up to $500 in September, which it's unfortunate, but I understand why it's happening. I'm not going to go into that huge discussion because that would take like 5 minutes.
Yeah, we don't exactly have that time.
Yeah, not to mention like, so for comparison, basically the question I want to ask: do you think that $500 is worth it for the cost? Is worth it for the price of the Switch 2? Given the fact that the similar consoles are even more expensive. So PS5 currently is $600 for the all digital version, and $650 for the version that has the disc drive. So if you want physical games, and the Xbox Series.
Thankfully, I got it before the price jump.
Yeah, the Xbox Series X is 600 and then 650 with the disc drive. But they do have the Series S still kicking around. That one is $400, which you know it's less than the Switch 2. And then also not to mention some recent news that came out. The Steam Machine was just given its price. That thing is clocking in at just over $1,000. Good God. Reports do say though that they were targeting a $750 price range before they had to bump up the prices.
Yeah, which again
sucks.
The reason you guys might be asking, why are they doing these price jumps? It's because of the economy. That's why.
It's the Matthew actually goes into it a little bit.
The short and sweet of it is economy.
Mm-hmm. But Matthew also goes into it. It's also you can blame AI. And yes, I agree. I hope it falls soon.
Yes, the AI bubble needs to frickin' pop.
Yep.
For me and fellow artists out there.
Yeah, not to mention, like, you know, tech enthusiasts, like those who want to buy games.
Mm-hmm.
It just sucks. The price of everything just sucks right now. Yeah, it just kind of sucks right now. But though I did want to let everybody know, if you haven't purchased a Switch 2 and are trying to do it before the price increase in September, little tip for you guys. If you know anybody who has a Costco membership, and I think this works at Sam's as well, you can do a little funny and get the Switch 2 for a little bit less. I just wanted to let you guys know. I learned this from Wario64 on Blue Sky. You can go to Costco or Sam's and buy Nintendo eShop cards. They sell them currently. The deal right now I think is $100 of eShop cards for $85. Which is a 15% sale. So what you do, you buy eShop cards from Costco or Sam's at the cheaper price, load them onto your eShop balance, and then go to Nintendo's website and buy a Switch 2 from them, because you can use your eShop balance there. So you can effectively get a Switch 2 with a 15% discount basically at any time you want, by exploiting Costco gift cards.
That is kind of funny.
Yeah, it's all that Blue Sky. Yeah, it's there. Wanted to let people know that it exists, especially since Nintendo's still doing the choose your own bundle. So if you still want to get a Switch 2, like, that's how you do it, and now's the time, because it's only going to go up in price. Speaking of prices, though, shall we move on to the next little thing about it, which is the price of games?
Mm-hmm. $80 Mario Kart.
This is a really interesting discussion, giving news that dropped literally today.
Mm-hmm.
That Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to cost $80 as well.
Yup.
Oh boy, the price of everything is probably going to go up because of that. Because God knows the industry likes to follow Grand Theft Auto.
Yep, and we kind of predicted this. We had talked about this on previous streams. We predicted this, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I kind of figured it was going to be $80. Not to mention, something that bothers me personally. It's $80, but even on the consoles that Grand Theft Auto is releasing on, which is PS5 and Xbox, there's no physical version. It's just a code in a box. which
Oh yeah, that's awful.
goddamn.
So you're basically paying $80 for a freaking plastic box.
Yeah. Plus, also not to mention that there's
Lame.
that there's also paid DLC on launch. Oh boy. But
all
since
I
that's
have
entered,
to say, all I have to say to that is,
Boo! You stink!
that's it.
yeah, it sucks. And unfortunately, this probably means that a lot of first party, a lot of like AAA games are also going to hit that $80 threshold, including most likely more Nintendo games. We
Yep.
brought up Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave, how that is $80. So that is $80 physically, but $70 digitally.
Mhm.
I'd rather get it on Steam instead of a console if it's only a digital game. I would agree, but it's not launching on Steam yet. We don't know when the release date on Steam is yet.
Yeah, so it's coming out later.
Yeah. We did already mention $80 Fire Emblem, how that's going to cost $80 if you want it physically. If you want it digitally, it's $10
Oh my
less.
god,
Mhm.
this is concerning. Ocarina of Time might be $80.
That's actually what's going to be the next thing I brought up. What do we think Ocarina of Time is going to be priced at?
Probably 80. I hate to say it, probably 80.
I hate to say it too, but I could
I'm
definitely see them
sorry.
do it, especially because of GTA 6 now. Because what I was hoping that they were going to do before this announcement, I was hoping that they would do $70 physical, $60 digital, because that's what Nintendo's doing with all their first-party games now. They're doing $10 more expensive if you want it physical, and then $10 cheaper if you want it digital. Got enough of a backlog thing. Yep, that's fair.
That's fair.
But yeah, that's what I was hoping that the price was going to be for Ocarina of Time Remake. Now, it could be $70 digital, $80 physical. I could see it. Oh, that's gonna
Ugh.
suck. Considering the 3DS remake costed half that price on launch, because those games were $40.
Yep, before the Nintendo Selects discount.
Oh yeah, then they did the discount. I forgot about that.
But yeah, unfortunately, this isn't even a prediction. We know this is going to happen. They already announced the Switch 2 is going to get a price jump in September. So,
Yeah.
as James said before, if you guys are still thinking of getting a Switch 2, definitely consider buying it before that price jump, because
Yep.
saves
And
your,
consider using that gift.
save some money.
Yeah, consider using that gift card strategy.
All right, moving on.
Would you? Real quick.
Yes.
I do think that I would like to. I'm going to predict this now. I do think I know one game that is going to be $80, even if Ocarina of Time isn't. I
Okay.
think Xenoblade Genesis is going to be $80.
Yeah.
It's a big monolith release.
I know.
I really think that's going to be 80.
I know.
Yeah.
Also, potential NSO price increase.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. Thank God I stopped doing PS Plus.
Yeah. Does the gift card stack work for physical games? I think so. I think Nintendo's online store does physical games. You just have to make sure that you get the right version on checkout.
Yeah, you gotta make sure
I-
you tick the box.
Yeah, I think so. Although currently, right now, Walmart and Amazon pre-orders, I think would give you a bigger discount than that gift card strategy would. Because for those who don't know, Walmart and Amazon are doing this funny thing where before a Switch 2 game releases, they're marking down the physical version of that game to the digital version's price. So if you go onto Walmart and Amazon right now and buy, say, Splatoon Raiders, you can get it for $50 when it normally costs $60. And that is a bigger discount than the 15% from Costco would be. So so keep that in mind. Go for the biggest discount. And yes, NSO is Switch Online.
Yes. All right. Moving on. We talked about this earlier, but more game share via game chat. I know that's a big thing you really want.
Yep,
and
we
again,
want that.
We talked about that earlier. Because again, I'm trying to get us moving along just because if we talk about this price for much longer. We're gonna be here all night.
Yeah, we've only got one more slide after this.
Yes.
Yeah. We're just
Another small thing we were hoping for is Joy-Con colors. I know they are releasing some new Joy-Con colors for Splatoon Raiders. Hey, it's a start, but it's just still like, I don't like how they're doing the colors.
Yeah, I don't like that that they're mostly black. I don't like that they don't have much color on them.
Yeah,
I
and you
get
can't-
that it's to keep them distinct from the Switch 1 Joy-Cons, but still.
And you can't even
Yeah.
see them like when you're in handheld mode.
That too, yeah.
Special edition Switch 2 Pro controllers.
Yeah, this is mostly a me thing.
Kind of a me thing
I-
too. I'm looking into getting a Switch 2 Pro controller just because I would like one. Just
I
in
would too,
case
yeah.
just in case something happens to this Pro controller I use on Switch. So it'd be nice to have something ready. So
Yeah, I'm in the same boat.
I'm hoping they have some. Maybe one for Zelda.
I was gonna say, I do think that if any game's gonna get it anytime soon, it's gonna be Zelda.
Yeah. That'd be fun to grab.
That would be cool.
Yes.
We know that it's possible for them to do it because they've already announced a special edition one for Dustbloods. Or was
Yeah.
it Elden Ring? One of the FromSoft games is getting one.
I know Resident Evil Requiem got one.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, that was it. Resident Evil Requiem. I just knew there was one special edition Switch 2 Pro controller. Yeah, Resident Evil Requiem. That was it.
I wish they had custom backplates. Oh yeah, because you can remove that.
Okay. Interesting ask. I'm not
okay.
sure how viable that would be unless you did like a full dock setup, but I don't know. I could see it happening. I could see it maybe.
Anyways.
I'm not gonna get my hopes up for that.
And then our little like last crack prediction. Wii and DS games on NSO.
Yeah. It'd be neat. We've seen already that they have put in most of the Wii Remote's functionality into the Joy-Cons. You can get like pointer controls like in the Mario Galaxy games, and then you even have like one-to-one swordplay stuff like in the Skyward Sword
yeah.
remake. Yeah, and not to mention like Switch Sports Resort. That's that whole thing as well, minus thumb wrestling.
Yeah, that one's weird. But
So, yeah,
it's just a weird ask. I'd like to see it eventually. I don't expect it anytime soon.
Yeah. I know you would definitely like to play Fire Emblem Radiant Dawn. I know that's one of the reasons.
One day. That game is hard.
Yeah. I did want to talk real quick. While yes, I would like Wii and DS games on NSO, I genuinely don't think that DS games specifically are happening anytime soon. Maybe Wii games. I could see that happening because the work's already been done there.
The framework's there.
Yeah, the reason why I don't think DS is happening anytime soon is, as far as I'm aware, I don't think Nintendo first party has done any infrastructure things to port to like bring a DS game over. There's no basically what I'm worried about, how are they going to handle the two screens? And there are good examples of that. Like I point to the Mega Man Legacy collections. I think the Battle Network games were the Switch,
Star
were the
Force.
DS games.
Star Force.
Star Force. Thank you. The Star Force games were the
Battle
DS
Network
games.
is GBA.
Yeah, the Star Force games. That collection is available on the Switch, and they do some really good things with that.
Yeah, they have like multiple
with the two-screen
settings
setup there. Yeah. So while I could see Nintendo doing a version of that, I don't think that they. First of all, I don't think they'd ask Capcom to help them with it. But second of all, they would have to put in significant work for the DS games, and as I've said before, they put out all they do with NSO games
Plus
typically is just
touchscreen.
dump the ROM.
Touchscreen as well.
The touchscreen, I think they could work out.
You need a
pretty easily.
stylus. So you're not using your finger.
That's a good point. I didn't think about that.
Again,
Yeah,
it's
even
a
more
copia
stuff.
mask. That last bullet point, copia mask.
I would love to have it. I would love to play games like, first one that comes to mind, Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story. Great game on DS. It had a crappy 3DS remake, but a great game on DS. And I would like to be able to play it on my Switch. I mean, I still have my DS version, but I'd like to be able to play it on my Switch.
Right.
Galax says, I heard that Wii Fit Band is a custom controller. I think it's possible we could get DS in the future, just not the way we expect.
Okay.
Oh, Switch Fit Band. Okay, gotcha.
Okay. All right. Now for our final slide, our closing discussions. What were your guys' thoughts on the Switch 2's launch year? And how do you guys feel about the Switch 2 in its current state?
Yeah. What are we thinking? So, would you like to go first, or should I?
I don't really have much to say. In terms of like its current state, it feels the same to me. It doesn't feel overly like different from, you know, the Switch 1 in general. It's just like, alright. I'm not like...
It's a hardware bump.
It's a hardware bump. It's not really... I'm blown away or anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But
And
I
you
will
know,
definitely say, in terms of the launch year, pretty strong launch year. It's a pretty good games.
Yeah. Talking on the launch year real quick. I think it was a great launch year, although I do admit it was not as good as the Switch 1's launch year.
Right.
There's just nothing beating
Friggin'
for me
Breath
at
of
least.
Wild.
Yeah. You no console launch year is ever going to beat the Switch 1's launch year, because that Switch 1 launch year had Breath of the Wild, Mario Odyssey, and Xenoblade 2 in the same year.
Oh,
Holy shit. Those are all three games that I absolutely love
And Splatoon
and
2.
enjoy with all my heart.
Splatoon 2.
Oh yes, and the multiplayer game. Yes, Splatoon 2, thank you. Yeah. And like also, if you want to count it, a port of Mario Kart 8. They had a Mario Kart game as well.
Yeah, it was a very strong first year.
The Switch 1's launch year, I don't know if it's the best. I don't know if I'd say it's the best console launch year of all time, because you know I'm not too big on PlayStation and Xbox and like knowing what they launch with in each thing, but like it's definitely the best launch year that I've seen in any Nintendo console in my lifetime.
That's entirely fair.
Switch 2 was not beating that. I do agree with Galax, though. It's nice that we get to try a lot of third-party games. It's nice to actually have a lot of good third-party support, because Switch 1 was really lacking that in its last years.
Yeah, I think it also helps that, like, these are cross-platform, or cross-generation. This is a cross-generation console. So you can play just Switch 1 games on this. So I think that really helps give options.
I will say I do worry about the future, because if and when, because we all know Xbox and Sony are working on their next consoles, and those are probably going to be a hardware jump. God knows what they're going to be priced at, but it's probably going to be a hardware jump, and I do worry that the Switch 2 will be seen kind of like the Switch 1 as like it's getting lesser ports and less third-party support as time goes on. Of course, you know, that depends on when they decide to launch the next generation, and if they even decide to. Because right now, oh boy, it would not look good with the prices and all that.
Yeah, not to mention Xbox is kind of moving away from the console race.
Yeah, that's weird. That's been weird to witness.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm overall about the same as you. I really liked the first year. It was not gonna be the Switch 1's first year, but it was still really good. And I like where it's at now. I like what's coming in the future, but long term I do still worry about that third-party support.
Yeah, we got
I doubt that Xbox and PlayStation will launch anytime soon with hardware prices.
There's been rumors of a PlayStation 6.
Yep, not to mention Xbox has already told us that the name of their next console generation, that the code name is Project Helix. We already know that. Like, they're in the works. Who knows when they're coming though? Yeah,
it's just the thing is with those in this current like climate right now, if they release those now, they'd be kicking themselves in the foot.
Yep, because most likely they'd have to like, if we expect a hardware jump similar to PS4, similar to the one from PS4 to PS5 for the next generation PlayStation, I don't see that costing less than $1,000. right now. And like, look at what people are saying about the Steam machine at the moment.
Yeah, people are not happy about that.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's still a long-term concern. They will launch it eventually. I think it will be later because, yeah, I do agree with you, Matthew. It would be kind of suicide to launch it even next year.
Consoles don't really matter anymore. We need to more focus on games. I just wish the other game companies were more like Nintendo, where they kind of waited a really long time to release a new console. But it feels like Nintendo's kind of doing its own thing. More PlayStation, like Sony and Microsoft, are more at each other's throats.
Yeah, and you know, we'll just have to see on that one. It's with Microsoft wanting more ROI. I think Xbox is not going to be soon. Yeah. Again, I don't know enough about those two companies to predict one way or another, but it's who knows what they're going to decide to do. We just know that they're working on it.
Right.
As for Nintendo, well, we're good with the Switch 2 right now.
We're good. We're gonna be good for a while. I'm reading some of the answers to the questions. Matthew did say, I was disappointed with the Switch 2's lack of first-party games. Usually Nintendo has Smash. This is the first console that didn't have a new Smash title. Okay, I need to say this. This is just the first year. That's jumping the gun a little bit. I would say hold your horses.
Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing. Yes, yeah,
Especially since Sakurai just finished up Air Riders. It might be a while before we see Smash.
Yeah, I wouldn't expect it any earlier than like 2028, if that. Because Switch 1 didn't have Smash in its launch year either. It launched a year later. Then again, we did know about it decently early on. But like, and you know, I had to tell one of my cousins this because, you know, he really likes Smash. I don't think that's really a priority right now because Smash Ultimate is still playable on Switch 2, but you know, that doesn't rule it out. Just because Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is playable on Switch 2 doesn't mean they wouldn't make Mario Kart World. So it's possible, I just don't think it's happening anytime soon. So, Smash Ultimate was not in Switch 1's launch year. It was in 2018. And same with Smash 4. That was in like 2014 when the console launched in. Well, it launched in holiday 2012, which basically means 2013. Yeah. So, yeah, I would love a new Smash game. It's not happening anytime soon.
Yeah. Let me read some other things in here. I'm not seeing anything that sticks out to me right now. Do we want to call this good? Are we ready to call it a night?
Yeah. If anybody else has anything else they want to say about the Switch 2,
you are
let us know.
Welcome.
Because yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good at this point. We
got everything we wanted to say. Yep. And as well, if you would like to talk to us more about just like Switch 2 games in general, check out the Discord server at the link below. We have a nice little community that likes talking about video games with everybody. So go check us out. And plus, that's how you get stream news early. So go check that out.
Matthew does that. Well, first, Galax says really double-edged sword if they decide to give Smash a Switch 2 edition.
Oh yeah.
It's possible. I don't. That'd be a yikes.
I don't know.
But Matthew does ask us a good question. What are we hyped about the most? Why don't you go first? What are you most hyped about coming up in the Switch 2?
Probably Xenoblade Genesis.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
I don't blame you.
I mean,
For me,
I got Trails to keep me company in a few months, so I'm good.
Not to mention Fire Emblem, because
Yeah.
I know you're excited for that. But you'd probably say Xenoblade is your most hyped game right now.
Yes. Besides Final Fantasy VII Revelation.
Okay, yeah, that's fair, but you're getting that on PlayStation, aren't you?
Yes, I'll be getting that on PlayStation 5.
Yeah, it is coming to Switch, but like you're getting that on PlayStation.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
as
how I
for
played
me,
Remake and Rebirth, so why not?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. As for me though, for for short term, I'm really excited for Splatoon Raiders. But that's just because I really like Splatoon and its gameplay, and I like what they're doing with Raiders. At least what I've seen so far. Long term though, yeah, I agree with C. Xenoblade Genesis. That's who know. I don't know when that's releasing, but that is probably the long term game I'm looking forward to the most. Short term, Splatoon Raiders, but long term, Xenoblade.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, I just
Sorry. Galax says Delta in Chapter 6 hype. Haven't finished Chapter 5. Yeah, Chapter 5 launched today.
Yeah, it did.
I hope everybody's having fun with that.
Yeah. Anyways, just want to say before we start wrapping it up here tonight, just thank you guys all for coming out, talking about the Switch 2 with us, sharing some memories and all that with us. It was great talking with you all, and of course, big thank yous to James for helping me with the PowerPoint and getting it all done. And of course, I hope you guys like the new discussion styles, because before, it was a lot different. So, I hope you guys like the effort we put into the PowerPoint tonight.
Yeah.
But besides
Always
that,
a good time with these discussions.
Yes. But besides that, we have one more stream this week. We are going to be doing a Mario Kart World stream on Friday. It'll be me, James, Genma, and our friend Crimson Rosso, who will be making his first appearance on the channel. And we're gonna have some fun times just racing Mario Kart World with you guys. And at the end of that stream, I am gonna be revealing some new information. In terms of the next stream game and some other information. So if you guys are wanting to stay up to date with what's going on my side, check out that stream. You don't want to miss it. We got some big stuff to talk about.
Yeah.
But, go on. Did you want to say something?
Well, real quick, I was going to read what Matthew said, because he has an interesting comment,
Okay.
an interesting question for us.
Okay.
What report card rating would you guys give for the Switch 2 so far? Given like letter grade, I would say B plus.
B.
Not quite A, but B plus for me.
B.
Yeah, it hasn't been perfect, but yeah. And B is entirely fair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I see it as subjective. Anyways, I'm gonna keep this intro short because we are well over time. If you guys are interested in what I do and want to see more, check out my links below, sub to the channel. I do art commissions. Check out my VGem below. That's the most direct way you guys can support me. Just, check out my stuff if you're interested. Yeah, that's really it from me. Again, we'll see you on Friday. Yeah. James, I'll let you do your spiel.
Yeah, if you're curious about me and what I do and say on the internet, feel free to follow me on my Blue Sky, linked in the description below, where I talk about what games I'm playing recently, but also occasionally movies and stuff like that. So feel free to follow me there.
Alrighty, with all that being said, guys, have a great rest of your night, and we will see you all next time!
Take care, everyone.